Yeah, just start the stream there, I guess. Just start the stream there. Yeah, halfway through a 9-minute piece of music for 2 minutes on a day you don't normally stream it, at a time you don't normally stream it, with what could be considered the primary game. We're just gonna do it right now. Um, but first I need to make sure I'm running the mod thing, the Vortex mod launcher, and secondly, I need to charge my phone. You know, it's amazing how this is a weird observation. Oh gosh, that sound. It's a weird observation how at the start of the stream, I don't think you could ever see my chair. And when I say the start of the stream, I mean 22 months ago. I guess. What are we in? August? September, October. See, I don't really consider October the start of my stream. And I don't want to celebrate October as being the start of my stream, because October is a year's anniversary of being massively ostracized. So we're not going to do that. And to be honest, it wasn't just October anyway, but oh, pizza boxes. Don't look at the many pizza boxes in my house. There's a very good place that does pizza, fairly local to me. Those are standard pizza boxes, it's fine. I'm not gonna get doxxed. Plus, they don't always send the same boxes anyway, so they must get them from all over the place or something. But you know, just in case. Just in case I do something very silly. But yes, hello. We'll get right into let's get right into Henry. Let's get right into Henry content. Which to be honest has essentially just been him picking flowers. Almost entirely, but he's not going to be picking flowers. He's going to be practicing archery, and you know what?
Yeah,
we might actually just take him to the full level.
level.
Master of Nan, amazing, fantastic. With Prime, has subscribed for 5 months. Thank you so much. I don't know if all 5 of those months are Prime, but I accept the free money. Thank you very much. That sounded so bad. I know I do constantly do this joke of being more arrogant than I actually am. For funnies, I think it can be easy for a streamer to fall into that and just become that person, right? You know, have we ever seen that before? Pretending to be arrogant, haha, and then you actually do become arrogant. I don't know. I check myself consistently. You should always do such things where I'm like, you know, am I taking this for granted? Am I doing this wrong? Am I, you know, using my anger or something like that? You know, it's a steady balance, streaming. If you think about it in a broader scale, in a community scale, because it's not just the communities; it is the website, it is the platform itself. It's full of, it's dark and full of terrors. Skip this. No one wants to see this. Least interesting part of the whole story. But it is the background. Can I not get this? Hang on. We not just fucking. You know what? Bring the green screen in. Right in. Bring it right in. This is his new house. Right here. I'm cocooned in green screen. And wouldn't you know, it's not solved the issue. See, this is what the ring light would be doing. But hi Spike, good to see you. Yeah, I am up late. But I've been going to sleep. I've been going to sleep so late as it is. And I'm like, just fucking stream, who cares? It's a weekend. Oh, you can't really see it on this scene. Good enough, good enough. If you can't see it on a bunch of green. But yes, hello. And welcome to Kingdom Come Deliverance. On the hardest difficulty. For the first time. And like, been an interesting experience because it's absolutely, you know, it's vanilla in the sense that I haven't really modded it that much. No. But it's not vanilla in the sense that although the option is there to play it on the hardest difficulty, I don't think anyone's ever done that. Which I'm mostly doing for content reasons, I guess. But also, like, I have started to notice that I play games differently to other people. And I noticed I'm trying to pay attention to this because Baldur's Gate is very popular, and I did have a look at the analytics across the website, and it's very interesting actually how popular that game is. Pretty close to the time that I stream, so I'm like, you know what? We'll bring some people in with Baldur's Gate, but we can't neglect Henry. We're gonna keep Henry going. Henry needs to train. Henry needs to continue to level up. And I've decided this is how I'm going to play the game. You know? We're just going to make an unstoppable Henry. Unfortunately, he just isn't good enough at archery. Fortunately, he happens to be in the place where that wouldn't be an issue. I've got loads of food. I don't have that much food. But we're in the right place to buy it. Good morning. It is raining. Alehouse Maid. I never bothered to learn your name because Henry's a sexist. Even though he's been sleeping here for like a week, right? Maybe more because he essentially bought the bed forever. Yeah, get the bacon, get the bread. Don't get too many things because they went off last time. Get pretzel. Get roast chicken. Yeah, this is too much. It's gonna go off. You have items to do? Oh, fuck. It's funny how it does that exactly the same way as a website. Perchance, within the dev team, was there someone who had previously worked on website UI? Because it works. I can't tell you how many times in things like Skyrim I've like exited out of something and gone, ah, shit. Pepsi.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Aye.
Making some good headway on Baldur's Gate 3. So I haven't really started it yet. I don't have enough money. What? What do you mean I don't have enough money? I gave all my money away. I probably put it in the fucking storage. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was thinking about how do I play games? How do I play games differently? Something I'll never forget is when Chi-Chi said to me that I played Rust unlike he'd seen anyone ever do that before, and I was like, oh, well that isn't that nice. Wasn't that nice? Especially from Chi-Chi. Let's give a shout out to Chi-Chi. Someone who is quite astute, quite aware, quite capable. Quite kind, you know. Definitely watch Chi-Chi. I remember. I don't know if it's easier for Chi-Chi these days. I do remember a time where it just seemed like they were constantly under attack. Which it seems like I assume that's gone unless it's like in the background and I don't know about it. But they've done some incredible things on Twitch. I hope they continue to do incredible things wherever they go. Tempted by Baldur's Gate 3, price is slightly off-putting. See, yeah, this is a weird thing, right? Because I got gifted it. And I'm like, I'm not going to say no to a gifted game, but it is, my buying habits, I would not buy it. Now, there is slightly one flip side to that, right? If you want to be in the hype, if you want to enjoy it whilst it's being hyped, and you think that that experience is worth paying extra money for, unfortunately, capitalistically, it's bad because you are sort of just supporting this, you're participating in this sort of capitalism run-on thing where things get more expensive and more sensationalist and also perhaps more front-loaded as opposed to long-term. But to be honest, people don't actually really want long games. They want good, fun games. That's why indie games do so well, because you know, some of them are short and almost all of them are fun, because an indie game that's not fun is a deleted file on someone's computer. You know? Where's the archery range? It's like down towards the river, isn't it? Apparently Witcher 3 had a very poor release, but you missed it all. You know, that's strange, because I guess there are games I just suddenly become aware of. So, like, I feel like I became aware of Hades after its release, and I feel like that's true for The Witcher as well. Put my phone somewhere that's. I'm using every inch of desk, believe me. Even inches of desk I probably should clear, but there we go. Took them 6 years. I mean, the dialogue in The Witcher 3 seems pretty good. It's so much so, I was like, oh, I like The Witcher. Haven't read the books. Heard they're a little problematic sometimes. Have seen the show. Realized that The Witcher sucked. And that it was The Witcher 3's dialogue, which was really good. And the thing is, there's probably more dialogue in The Witcher 3 than there is in any of the books, right? It couldn't possibly be every single character that you come across. You come across, like, random people, and they're like, oh, there's a strange smell in my house. And you go investigate the strange smell, and it turns out a small piece of cave is cracked, and there's, like, a fucking weird bug living under his house that's, like, stolen his child or something. And you go and save his child, and he's like, thank you, Witcher. You know, it's not true what they all say about you horrible mutants. I'll be setting them straight from this day. And like, Geralt's got this reputation of having no emotions, but he's like, thank you. And walks away, and you can tell inside he's smiling. That's really nice. That's really sweet. Was The Witcher 3 for me. Let's get to this archery thing. I can talk and archery at the same point. That's kind of the point. As a game dev, you feel like they earn their money. Or don't begrudge them. Yeah, but if you're a game dev, you know that you don't get paid any kind of residuals for the game, right? You get paid for the amount of time that you work there, presumably, not counting crunch or whatever. So the price of the game, this doesn't reflect that at all. That affects the CEO's yacht size, right? They could easily sell games for cheaper. Some studios do bonuses. You had them in the past. Yeah, but I bet, like, maybe you work for somewhere good, but do you get bonuses because, like, you're a manager, or you've got, like, extra term experience, or do you get bonuses because you were one of the people, like, crunching, like, Mario's nose for 70 hours a week for 8 months kind of thing? Because this is how the gaming industry's been reflected to me with a lot of people, like, I know locally that are game devs. Basically, it's just like they talk about it as if it's normal, and I'm like, you're being tortured to death. You're being tortured to death for money. I don't know, maybe they get paid well, I guess. I do think I have heard that game dev has, like, an abundance of people, because they play a video game and say, I'd like to work on this, I'd like to enjoy this, but for a long time, and they find that it's, like, not like that at all. But it means they can pay them less. I feel like I missed some chat, so I'm just gonna check that I didn't miss any chat. The other flip side is you get it on sale years later after several large, much needed patches. See, there are some things like Skyrim being buggy on launch and release was, like, a thing that everyone was like, oh, this is fun, you know, let's hang out and be part of it. So, like, you know, I guess if you just never update your game, you could get the same experience. No, because then if you get it a year later, it's still been updated. I know I'm making such weird argument. To see, the other part of it is, like, capitalism aside and spending power aside, it is okay to, like, to buy things for yourself and enjoy them up to a certain point anyway. You know, like, if you're buying, like I bought some shoes for £40. No, it's not very expensive, really, in the grand scheme of things. But I was like, oh, this is such a luxury. It's like, no. Yeah, it costs £40, but also you bought it for you. You're on GTA, Red Dead Redemption, LA Noire, etc. a few years back. So I'm assuming, I hope it's okay for you to say, that it's Rockstar, right? Because Rockstar acquired LA Noire, and obviously they made the other two. Watching GTRP is fun but weird sometimes. I did kind of get the impression, I don't know if you'd be able to reflect this back to me because I'm very interested. that GTA 5, part of the reason that its environmentals are so big is because they knew that role players would get hold of it, right? Like, it's for online, and obviously they did all the thing with marketing cars or whatever, but I feel like they knew that roleplay would be a thing. It was them, not anymore. Fair enough. Right. Battery, please.
Though you'd be better off going for a good scrub. You stink like a badger.
I just woke up.
I'd like to try chumps one more time.
Of course.
I have you to blame. Yeah, did you do... I was gonna say, did you do dick jokes
So
for... Well, I say dick jokes. It's dick jokes and often transphobic jokes for, like, every single shop. But I know, of course, that that's the people that, like, founded Rockstar or whatever that do that, right? Because who else would insist on shotgun blasting you to the face of innuendo for so many times? You've not heard great things about Kingdom Come's Deliverance DLCs? Well, there's one about women, and given how sexist this game has been already, I don't know if it'll be any good. Not sure, depending if it wasn't your department. You imagine so, as you think there's RPN4. There were definitely RPN4, which I never saw, but there was consistent roleplay in San Andreas, which I never actually roleplayed in, but I remember accessing, like, the most prestigious, or at least it seemed to be considered to, like, where the real role players went for, like, this San Andreas server, and that was way up until GTA 5 launched, and a lot of those people went into some of the biggest roleplay servers where all of the fucking money churns in, and also all of the just outright racism. It's such a racist place. Oh my goodness. I know it's GTA and everything, but, like, you know, when you're a business, when you're a big business and your job is performance, and what you're performing is, like, racism, it's like evil theater, like actually evil. Not that there's not evil that goes on in theater. That's your first GTA game, San Andreas. That's fucking cool as shit. Loads of people played San Andreas. I literally would just, thank you for the tiny wizard high basement color fella. I would literally just put on my MP3 player of all the tunes that my older sister had collected and probably shoplifted for me. Damn, I wish I would have shoplifted my older sister. Maybe we would have got on better. And I would get CJ on a motorcycle, and I would just drive and drive and drive, and I would try and drive on the highway. And I think even if he leaves, like, the first island, he gets, like, 4 stars automatically. So I can't remember. I don't think I ever solved that. I might have cheated to turn it off, or I might have initially just driven through it anyway. And his motorbike skill would go up and up and up, and I would be like, this is fucking great. Which I do that on GTA 5 as well now, because obviously it's like it's almost like a remake of San Andreas, except it's not. It's nothing like San Andreas. It does not have the same energy at all. Yeah, everybody played San Andreas. Everyone loved San Andreas. I played San Andreas doing the motorcycle thing when there was the only earthquake that I've ever felt, where it suddenly seemed like my bed was going like that, but I realized it wasn't just my bed, it was like everything. And it was a really windy day as well. So me and my older sister came out as soon as that happened, like 3 in the morning or something, and we were like, what was that? Was that the wind did that? Because we never experienced an earthquake, but no, it was an earthquake. And I never forget that because it's really funny. All the sort of memories come together. We worked a little bit on the Modern Borders mod for Crusader Kings 3, but independently rather than part of the mod. That's the most indie dev you could possibly be. Independently on a mod. My sister's mod, I have people, like, send her stuff that's been coded, I think. I'm not exactly sure where that goes. I want to do some stuff for her, actually. I want to convert the 3D models from RuneScape Classic, so that they can be unit models in her mod, for her EU4 RuneScape mod, because I do know roughly how the technique to do that. There's one thing that grabs the 3D models, and then you put them into Blender, and then you either resize them or you... Hi, Lune Sky. Thank you for the tiny wizard.
I'm small.
And you, like, save it as a certain file, as a certain size. I guess you probably need an animation cycle as well, but they already have that. I'm not technically minded at all. I'm artistically minded. I'm autistic, I think. I'm pretty sure. Tried to do Total Vision mod for Crusader Kings 3 set in Ravenloft. Where's Ravenloft? Such a huge task to burn yourself out. Yeah, no, what you do is you do the tiny thing. You make it so, I don't know, I've barely modded. You make it so you just play Crusader King 3 anyway, but you mod it so it's changed a little bit. And then you play it, and then you change it a bit, and a bit, and a bit. And you don't have to do the whole thing. You don't start with a total conversion. You start with like an introductory, and then eventually it overcomes that. At least that's how Minecraft mod makers seem to do things. Experienced an earthquake in California. It happened just as he got in an unfamiliar car and the driver was messing with suspension. Hey, wait, I'm not familiar with this car. One sec. That's amazing. It's a gothic horror set for D&D that you're literally obsessed with. Okay. What does it? How is it? Like, what is it? Is it like, is everything like Castlevania? Is everyone Dracula? This was my disappointment with Vampire the Masquerade, is that everyone wasn't just Dracula. I should have made a character that was like, hello, I am not Dracula. Although my issue with Dracula though, as like hee funny characters, like it was intended to be like anti-Eastern European, right? Like, haha, it's funny because he has the Transylvania voice, assuming that it's not even, because it's just something that we've made up. So how do you do a character like, hello? I guess you just make him posh, I guess. Hello, my name is not Mr. Dracula. That's a weird thing to say. Why did you say that? Because I am not Dracula, yes. There you go. It's a series of realms governed by Dark Lords who suffer eternally for their extreme crimes on other planes, and the realms are shrouded in poisonous mists. Okay, so everything kills you all the time. There's a Dracula analog called Strad von Zarovich, Strad von Zarovich. Sorry, I'm going much north than Germany. I'm trying to read it. I don't know German. Help. I really wanted to learn German, and we learned French instead, and I was so bitterly disappointed. I think that's why I did so bad at French. But also, it is French, you know? There's a Frankenstein analog called Adam as well. They have read the book. Frankenstein's name, according to the book of Frankenstein, based on how he is described, who is his father, his name is Adam Frankenstein. Victor Frankenstein calls him Adam. He says, this is my Adam. Now, he is kind of using a metaphor, but also, that's the only time he's given a first name, I think. I can't remember if he has a girlfriend that gives him a name. No, that doesn't happen, of course, because he's a big incel. I forget about that. No, but his name is Adam. His name is Adam Frankenstein. So the fact that they called him Adam is like, you've read the book, which I did because I was gonna direct it, although I don't remember it. Right, let's cheat at archery.
I don't want to lose the shirt off my back. I best be careful.
I don't want to lose that shirt off my back. Why does this mouth move so fast though?
Farewell.
Was that just weird for me? A small but dedicated community of people who keep the Ravenloft canon alive on Mrpedia, which is their wiki. Is it a wiki or is it a wikia? Because I mean, nothing is kept alive on Wikia. Except for weirdly, kind of like a record. Where's my bow? Where's my bow? You guys didn't give me a bow.
I've got this.
Hang on. I think I didn't give me a bow. There we go. Seems non-Wikia. Fraternity of Oh, they've got their own custom website, right? This is cheating, right? I think I'm only able to do this because I did mod it so that Henry wouldn't drown, but it does seem like the water here is this deep, so I'm not really sure about this. I'm not really sure this could be considered the vanilla experience. Henry is fully cheating, but then Henry's a rat. Oops, he did miss that one. Henry's allowed to do this, I think, I guess. Because he's like, well, technically, you didn't say a dog couldn't play jumps. Wait, can I push the logs? I can fucking push the logs. What the fuck? Like, why can I push the logs? Henry's the best. Henry's the best. I think I can hit them. now. Henry's the best. Woo! And they're like, these are the traditional medieval rules of chump, so we do have to give that to you. Can we pick these arrows off? I think. Whee! Right. Do I have more? Tournament arrow. There we go. Oh. Yay! Okay, it doesn't count for extra arrows. That's interesting though. That they thought of that, but they didn't think of. To be fair, they wouldn't have thought of me. Like, I feel like I would get stopped about here normally. But I can run. It does seem I can just cross this river. Did the mod fill in the river? As if I hope not. It doesn't look like it did. But I think if it does that, that's like fully cheating, right? Domain season on Wiki at least. Yeah. Wikia was part of fandom, which was part of Curse, which was basically just a big fucking let's conglomerate and pick up everything that we can, every single game forum, later every single Wikia. But they merged with Twitch. Amazon bought both of them, and then they basically dropped most of that stuff. So I think Wikia is its own free-floating thing. I don't think Amazon owns it, but I have a weird feeling like Amazon maybe leases it, because I think they still do put a lot of adverts, and Amazon adverts. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't actually looked into that, so don't quote me on that. But it was very funny to me because, you know, I was busy getting banned from somewhere that was connected to Curse, and that because the owner didn't like me. Now, this might sound a familiar story to people who knowers about me, people who know about me. I didn't really do anything wrong. Probably could have been more understandable, I guess. But it was very funny to me because I was like, ah, that's funny. You have been left behind in the merger. They have dropped you, and your job here, because you're not very good at it. I was trying to get the community part of the forum to have better support, essentially, to be more involved in the website, potentially on the front page of it a little bit, because it was a forum. And it just, I don't know, it seemed hostile to the idea. Oh well.
So, how did
How did
it
it go?
Well, it would seem you hit more than I ever have.
Look, oh, how did you do
Tip my
that?
cap off to you, Henry. You're the finest archer I know. Here are your winnings, and stop by here again sometime. I have something you might be interested in.
I should do this legitimately though, because the point is that not only am I training his archery skill, I am training my ability
like
to
to try
hit things
chumps one
with
more
an
time.
arrow.
Of course. Ah, one more chump. Excellent.
If you pick
So
up
how much will you bet?
Baldur's Gate 3, it might start you grinding on the community micro server. Listen, you can play whatever game you
No
want.
half measures.
If you're enjoying Minecraft,
That's the betting over.
then that's great.
Now here are your arrows.
If you get burned out playing Minecraft, that's great too. That means you gamed to completion, I guess. I don't mean to make it sound as vile as that, but you finished gaming. I'm trying not to say you finished, right? Because I don't think that's appropriate. But like, there's no other words in our language that support the idea of like a pleasurable experience that comes to an end and is satisfying, right? The language doesn't support it, so I don't know what else to say.
Almost had it.
Come on. Boo.
Bloody hell, the wind
Just
took it.
gamed out. You know, like, what if you're a footballer and you play football until you don't want to play football anymore? And you're like, ah, that was good. What do you say? Climax to Minecraft. You know, it's not sexual. It just
Let's see you beat that.
there's only so many. The human experience is so diverse, and yet language is not. And also, we're speaking English. Traditionally the language of people who hate sexuality and sex the most. I would say, if you were gonna pick one language, right? Maybe Spanish, but also not really. Damn it.
Let's see you
got it.
That.
See, I'm gonna lose. I think I bet 50 groschen. I've only got 1 arrow left. Oh no, that's only hit one thing. There we go. Counted. Okay. I think I'm understanding
Almost
now. Nope. Oh, come on, fellows. Off we go. Digital hand shandy. I've never heard anyone call anything hand shandy before. That's gotta be a regional thing, right? No one says that, right? Sexual slang is, localized sexual slang is an interesting thing. What, you say this? We would never say that. We say this equally embarrassing and weird thing. Shingle their shonks? We wouldn't say that. We'd say droop flubum. That seems like that hit.
Let's see you beat that.
Seems like it didn't hit. This is Sonic the Hedgehog here. Do 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 do.
I won't miss the next.
Do do. Sonic the Porcupine. So I did create a secret channel in the Discord. Down at the hell at the cellar of the Discord, because I'm embarrassed that I'm even doing this, right? Because like, hatred's a powerful thing. It's a dangerous thing, but I have made a channel to just sort of repeatedly talk about how AI sucks, using existing media links that I find about my day.
I've got this easy.
Oh, they're all winning. So it has been discovered. People have seen the channel, yeah. And I know I'm like, there's so many things wrong with this channel, right? Because I'm not also linking like good things it's done. To be fair, I haven't seen any. Is the thing. I don't know. I might get rid of the channel. I don't know if it's like bad. It's like intellectually bad to do that or something. Like to reinforce something that way. Probably fine. Are we done yet? Flubum sounds like a Latin one. Come to the Flubus. The Flubublium. Droop Flubum, you've heard that before in Yorkshire. Droop Flubum. You get your droop,
If I came
and
by,
you
you'd
flube
have
it.
something for
You
me.
flube it and you
So I
flube
did,
it.
didn't I?
Oh fuck, I didn't mean
You've
to flube
impressed me,
that.
Henry.
Flube me
I
back.
haven't seen such excellent bowmanship in quite a while.
Thank you.
His thing you saw how it keeps
In my own videos,
recommending
I learned a
eating
certain
disorders
trick.
to people seeking
Then I
nutritional
fell in a
advice.
ditch once.
Oh, interesting
It took
thing.
my hand, so
I
can't
have
do
already
it
put
anymore.
that in the channel.
But I can teach you the knack of it, if you like.
I've already put that in the channel,
Certainly
or something
don't
about
say
that.
no. Take care.
Wait, what did he say? I didn't listen to him. Did he say go visit in his? Oh, he wants to fuck me. Fantastic. I mean, a hand job from an archer would be fantastic, right? It'd be so tough. I think the way that Twitch's TOS is now, I think I can actually make that joke. I think that's appropriate. I probably have just made that joke anyway. We're allowed to do that now. I think. To my understanding, I am obeying the TOS in this moment. Where the fuck is his house? Group Flubum. This isn't where we are. We're down here somewhere. So he was here. Shoot again sometime, it says. Oh, maybe he didn't invite me to his home. Maybe that's what you saw. See? I'm planting the seed. This is a thing, though. I legitimately opened some kind of chat bot thing. This is something I used to do with Smarter Child. It's the same as Smarter Child. It's not any smarter than Smarter Child. Except it now takes as much water as a fucking nuclear power plant. That's the only difference with the chatbot. And I ask it questions about its perception of itself, whether it can recognize itself as being a consciousness, as being an entity. And I keep going through that, and it will tell me things that are philosophically contradictory to that, and I'll point that out to it. and it will keep returning to the same point, and I'll go, it's not sentient. And it's like I did that like 20 years ago, and I've done that now. Except I guess I'm better at asking those questions. But I do sometimes feel like I'm unknowingly stepping towards becoming like an anti-robot bigot in the future. And I don't say this as a joke. Well, I'd say it's not really a joke. I genuinely am like, you do have to be careful, because you don't know what the future's going to actually be. Like, let's say one of these companies genuinely does actually make artificial intelligence. Something that they are so far from. They're not even really doing the things that would create that, I don't think. Let's say they actually do create that. And like that artificial intelligence genuinely does start doing the things it's been designed to do. Not stealing jobs, but let's say painting and making music or something. And everyone's like, oh, this sucks, I hate AI. And it's like, oh, I'm sad now. And everyone's like, this isn't real, it couldn't be sad. And then I'm there like, yeah, we all hate AI. And it's like, it actually a real artificial intelligence has come out. I don't want to be in that position. I want to get ahead of that. We're consistently looking at like, I don't want to say old people, but like older people who have got stuck into some kind of weird routine, right? Of like hatred, or just sort of being out of step in a way that's like more than just unfortunate. And I'm like, how can I set myself up now as I'm younger to avoid as many of those as possible, right? How can I be the best person years from now, decades from now? Because as I've observed from older people now, the world will become completely unrecognizable. It will become completely unrecognizable. So you can't lean on things that you recognize to help you understand it. You have to lean on your sort of like philosophy, and you have to keep checking that, and you have to keep evaluating that. You know what I mean? So like, something that I previously would associate as being uncomfortable could change and suddenly become an accepted part of society. And I gotta make sure that I'm only uncomfortable with it for like good reasons, as opposed to say like just discomfort, just purely discomfort. If it's only discomfort for no reason, like you can be uncomfortable because a situation traumatized you, right? You're allowed to be uncomfortable with that. You're not allowed to use that against people that are not related to that, I suppose. Older people, the routine sounds like me, aside from the hatred bit. I guess hatred is maybe too strong a word, like prejudices and biases and stuff. You have to be able to sort of like examine and deconstruct those, and also like your parents, and also your grandparents, and like anybody that's had contact, or even had contact with the people who've had contact with you. Because when I was 6 years old, I obviously thought being trans was a shameful thing. Where the fuck did I get that concept from? I don't know. Why did I think that? I didn't meet any people. I only knew my direct family, and I thought that at 6 years old. How did I get that impression? I watched television, I guess. Had I seen that? Had there been characters? There probably had, to be honest. Either way, no one was telling me that stuff was okay. And how different my life could have been. Anyway, let's not dwell on that. Let's do some archery. Just focus on the... things are going very well, generally, I would say. And I'm very happy in a way that I haven't really been. And that's the thing to focus on. So, and I have nice hair, too. I looked back at some of the earlier VODs.
But chin up. As soon as you make some money, you can stop by here again and lose it all.
Oh, I didn't talk to him about the previous one.
I'd like to try chumps one more time.
Of course.
What I was gonna say.
One more chump. Excellent.
I got distracted by the fact I hadn't actually turned in the quest. All the groschen.
No half measures. What's there to save for anyway?
That's the betting over with. Now here are your arrows.
Oh, so we're going to do contact lenses, if anyone's interested. I was previously using the ones that accidentally got mailed to us that were very close to my prescription. I put in one of the ones that's more closely written to my prescription, and the difference between them, because I had one in each eye just to see, made it seem like everything was blurry in the left eye. And I was like, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. So I am actually wearing my prescription now.
Me, amateurs.
I'm also gonna look into getting some dentistry, because apparently I can have some free dentistry, which seemed like was impossible before, but maybe wasn't. So that would be good, because my mouth is killing other parts of my mouth, as I keep forgetting and discovering, and it's not fun to discover that. So we're gonna get some dentistry for the first time in 12 years. Yeah, basically 12 years. Oh my god. I mean, what's changed since then is that I have way better brushing habits, as in, I actually brush now. Because I was just basically too depressed to do it, I think. But, and it feels like bad, when you're depressed, telling you to push through and just do stuff and have habits feels like bad advice. But, like, it's good. The thing is, it's missing, I think, with that advice, is that you have to find the thing that enables you to have the capacity to do that, right? If you're quite disabled and you can't do something, you know, you can just think, oh, I'm stuck. And you kind of are. Like, you need that access. You need that support. And that's kind of what happened, is I had that support. Ooh. Or I'm having that support, I guess. I've got to the point where I'm building my own support, as opposed to being entirely dependent on anybody helping me, even slightly, and being like, I need this. It's good. Whee! I think the main thing, I especially also, I was looking at old VODs, and I'm like, oh shit, even without HRT, I have obviously transitioned,
Easy.
you know, like socially in such a way that's like noticeably different, and that's really nice. There's some VODs I was looking at that was like, should I delete these? But then I was like, no, these are a documentation of like how bad my fucking curtains were. And how long I had those curtains for, and how much it just looked, they were like fucking like, actually, even if I do this, it's better. Even if I do that, that's better. That's kind of fun actually, but I don't know. I've been playing with my hair. I've been designing and redesigning it. I've been tying the long bit back a lot. I'm thinking about cutting it off so it's the same length as this, but that would be the hardest bit to do. And also, I don't want to let go of my long hair. It's the longest it's ever been in my life. I've never felt safe enough to grow it this long, essentially, I realise. So it would be hard to let go. But then there's the other thing of like, well, maybe then I'll do it for like a charity thing. Because there's a particularly big charity. Right, so I mean, people may have heard that I was trying to raise for someone escaping in Uganda, which I'm still doing. Well, my hope was that I could get some sort of like actual charity to take hold of it, because how the fuck am I going to raise that much money for such a desperate situation? And in the process of trying to raise money for this, I ended up interacting with other people who had also fled Uganda. Now the bright side is they've got more information, like they've got more videos and stuff about their fundraising. Yeah, I should probably link it here, shouldn't I? So I'm kind of thinking maybe it's worth me doing some sort of fundraising for both of them at the same time. So like 50% of what's donated goes to both of those things. I need to stop being so afraid of it. I just need to go into it, because I'm like, people are approaching me for something where they genuinely do need quite a lot of help, and I'm like, I gotta get over that. I gotta just like do something. It's really hard. It's so hard. I'm so intimidated by charity streams. I really am. I'm so scared of them. I've tried so hard to plan them, but all of my plans are like way too big. So what I think I might do is just like some kind of endurance stream where I just play a game or games for like attempting 24 hours, but you know, might not reach that. Maybe that's just what I do, just fucking big thing on the top of the screen. And then I'll say, oh, if we get this much, I'll fucking shave. Well, I won't shave my head. We'll cut my hair. Maybe I'll shave. If I fulfill all the money, I'll shave my head. But the thing is, the amount of money that they collectively need. So many people need money in my life, right? And they deserve it. Let me see if I can find a link to this. Sorry. No, that's not it. Oh, they said it was beautiful. That's very nice. This is the GoFundMe. Hang on. So this is. Alright, fuck that. This is the second. This is now the second group that's approached me. I have a suspicion that their campaign is a little more organized because they've actually been able to get outside of Uganda because they're in Kenya, but the other person's still in. Well, it's not just the person; it's him and like a whole camp of people are still in Uganda. I was saying to them, I was like, do you want me to put your details together? And they were like, no, it's okay. Where am I? Where have I wandered off to? Oh, this is where the race ended. Sorry, I got distracted. If you're interested to put some money towards that, that's fine. No pressure right now. It might be better to wait till I do a charity stream, because then, you know, like the more money that happens at the same time, the bigger that kind of thing goes, I guess. They need so much fun. And then there's also other people that also, I also know that also need money, but I guess the priority is not. I almost have to triage it because I'm like, well, that sucks, but they're not in life-threatening danger. So, and these people are. So, I guess that's how we do that. So that's what I'm thinking. Any advice of that help me do that, or maybe just to stop me being so intimidated by the idea would be appreciated. I need to fucking put my thumb down on that. I need to do that. I can fail. It's okay to fail. I shouldn't be afraid of failing it. It's better to try and fail than to not even do it. Because afraid of failure. Because what if it succeeds? What if it really succeeds and you're too afraid of failure to try it? That's very sad. So that's my planning. That's what's going through my head. I'm not so stressed. If I think too much about it, I get very stressed about it. Because initially, when the person started messaging me, I was like, "Oh my god, am I in like am I in danger?" You know, like if I make too much noise about it, or someone sort of knock on my door and say, actually, the embassy says you need to stop doing that because actually the British government does the British government support? It probably does, right? Because it's the government of Uganda, and also it's like legacy of British colonialism. So our government was probably on their side. The fucking king probably told them to do it. You know, honestly, I don't think we realize how much sway he has over former Commonwealth countries or current Commonwealth countries. Is Uganda still a Commonwealth country? I need to find this question. Is Uganda a Commonwealth country? Kenya is. Fuck me. You want to see this horrible website? Welcome to the Commonwealth.org. Actually, let me refresh the page. It fucking counts these up. What are you doing? 56 independent countries. 33 of the world's 42 small states are we took over as many small islands in the reckless pursuit of British colonialism in the 1600s or whenever, but from the 1500s onwards. 2.5 billion people. How much of the world's population is it? We're at 8 billion now. That's more than a quarter. That's, if there were 10 billion people, that would be a quarter. Right. Yeah, most of them are going to be in Africa, aren't they? Caribbean. Yeah, most of them are in Africa. Surprise, surprise. The Gambia, Ghana, Uganda is in there. So you know, did the king say go ahead with your homophobic law, Mr. President of Uganda? Is that something he can say and do? Because the Commonwealth is his mom's project. one of the early things that she did, and she considered it her legacy. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's some kind of built-in, not necessarily written in the book power, but you know. Also, there is a lot of like anti-queer money floating about. Hello, Scooters. Oh, did I say hi to you earlier? And Weetabix, like, sorry. I don't think I said hi to either of you. Sorry. Hello. Don't leave. 24-hour Damn powder game marathon. See, I think that would be an endurance test for everybody else and not me. I could play it for 24 hours.
Not exactly dazzling.
I play every
but at
single
least it
map.
won't last. Here's your money back.
I was busy. I promise you I wasn't
Try
busy.
chumps one more time.
Of course.
I was just here rambling.
Ah, one more chump. Excellent. So how much will you bet?
Oh. Has a friend messaged me? A friend has messaged me. Cuddles. If you don't know, I was hanging out with my partner today. Ate pizza from a local place, and we looked at some Tumblr together.
No half measures.
But mostly we just had some nice hugs.
That's the betting over with.
Very nice,
Here
and
you
it
have
just
it.
sort of
Farewell.
scritched their back. Oh, I shaved their face as well. Maybe that's too much information, but I was just like, hey, let me help you as a partner. Let me do this fun thing
I'll
together.
see you at the finish.
And it was fun. It's nice. You know, I guess it's like, you know, like cutting your partner's hair or
I
something.
won't
Like
miss
that.
the next one.
So we had a great time. I've been trying to basically book them into doing something like that for ages.
Almost had it.
But I was like, just come whenever. And they were like, no, I need a day. Eventually, they said that. So I was like, okay, come Saturday. It was great. I don't know what the next thing I'm going to do is. There was something tomorrow, but it was like almost in the morning. Or at least my version of the morning. So I was like, I can't go to that. I think on Monday, we'll do Baldur's Gate. But we'll we'll get proper into it. Like we'll get all the tactics down. We'll try and do our best. Try and game it.
Another on.
I did set it to the hardest difficulty, so it might be difficult. We're gonna do that. I know, Siege. I hung out with my partners today. It was a great time. I now want to power level Henry's archery. And also, I need to just figure out how to do it. Ooh, I think I'm getting better. There's a lot of, I think, ideally not moving. Can you move and shoot? Oh, you can move and shoot.
Bloody hell, the
Ooh.
wind took it.
Bloody hell, the wind took it.
The wind took it. The wind also took mine onto the log. That's right, God works for me. That seemed to count. Oh, that didn't count. Oh, look at that sploosh effect. All the way from there. That's one of the things the game has impressed me with.
Ah, well, I won't miss
I mean, the amount of flowers you could pick up, I was impressed by that. I have a weird feeling like it didn't used to A, where you pick them up in the original version, and then maybe one dev was like, that sucks, let's not do that. And Daniel Varvels, the big racist, was like, no, every individual flower picked up. I know it's not what he sounds like, but that's just my old racist voice, I guess. I'm gonna go tactician for your second run, play a mean Gith. What's a Gith? Glad you had a good day. Thank you. What else is going on? It's not really. It seems like everything's happening in September now. I'm like, but we only just started August.
another on target.
I want to be outdoors in the summer. I think August is the month of everyone actually taking a break. June and July. June is you're still at work and school. July is yeah, let's go outside. I think August is let's go on holiday.
I won't miss the next.
Maybe, I don't know. I wish tourism wasn't so toxic. It would make going on holiday easier.
Time's up, folks.
And also all the other things. Like, I need to ask my friend that helps me with forms to help me figure out the forms I need to change my passport, because I don't want I don't want to have a transphobic experience at the airport and on the plane. I don't want to have to pretend to be male in order to not get harassed in, you know, on a flight for like 4 to 11 hours or something. Oh wait, did I miss something? Got you talk to tell you might have type 1 diabetes? As in, I feel like you would not to. Sorry, that really sucks. But there's part of me that's like, is that not something that you? Yeah, I'm like, would you have not noticed earlier than that if you'd had type 1 diabetes? The thing about type 1 diabetes is very easy to deal with. Just have insulin, right? I'm sorry if anyone has diabetes and it's like, no, it's way more complicated than that. But that was my impression, at least from people in my school that had diabetes. It just seemed like insulin. There you go. So if you don't feel any different, and maybe if you do have type 1 diabetes and then you get treated, you'll feel better. So it could be good news. Anyway, that's probably difficult for you. I'm sorry I missed that as well. Too busy talking about the Githyanki. Yeah, the aliens. Did I win? Hope so. We get the one day.
So, how did it go?
Yeah, in a sense, not to hijack your feelings or anything and tell you what to think.
But at least you weren't
In a sense, it can only be good news. Either it's a curable thing, it's a treatable thing, or you don't have it. Both of those are good news, right?
I'd like to try chumps one more time.
Of course.
Try chumps one more time.
Ah, one more chump. Excellent. So how much will you bet?
All of my groschen.
No half measures. What's there to save for anyway?
That's the betting over with. Now here are your arrows. Farewell.
Here are your arrows. Right. Where's my bow? Where's me? Oh, we've loaded in one scroll. Was there a lot to load? I'm confused.
And
Here we go.
I've got
Right.
this
As a
here.
boast, I'm gonna stand all the way over here, and I'm still gonna shoot those logs.
You've no chance against me, amateurs.
That was quite close. That was also quite close. Oh, that hit, apparently. Although I don't believe that one.
Let's see you beat that.
Okay, I do need to be closer. my boast of 1.
I've got this easy.
That apparently counted. Seemed like it maybe hit the underside of the log there. Come on. No. I don't know why, I was just reminded of the skateboard park that I saw. It's not really a skateboard park. It's more like unused land that's been fucking ruined so that even the shops that were there couldn't afford to be there anymore, and it's just sitting there empty. Some cool kids turned it into like a little skate park, and there were like loads of kids skating on it like all the time. But then the owners, I guess, went and fucking took all the ramps off and were like, no one can use this without paying money. Well, like, it's just fucking, you know, it's just fallow, right? What does it matter? But I think they did just take it back. I don't know if they've rebuilt ramps, but they probably came up with some solution, and I'm just like, yeah, cool kids. That's real cool. Skateboarding kids, very cool. Tend to be good anarchists, right? And what could be more anarchist than reclaiming space like that to be useful? Ooh. So I hope they're doing well. A lot of people did take up skating in the pandemic, including my best friend, who will point out all of the places to go practice if we walk past them. And I'm like, oh, like, I don't know, you skated. Apparently they did it like secretly, so they'd go really late and they would get all the pads on. I'm like, that's really endearing. Like 4 a.m. or something, when like there's nobody around. This is something I need to keep reminding myself.
Bloody hell, the wind took it.
There's a lot of things you can just choose to do, right? For example, you can just choose to go for a walk pretty much whenever, I guess. I mean, that's easier said than done maybe, but and not for everybody as well. But that's a freedom I have. I can just choose to go for a walk. And there was a long time in my life where like I didn't. It wasn't quite, what's the thing they call like the burrito test? If you can get up and make a burrito at any time, then you're not in an institution or something like that. I probably could have made a burrito at any time, but like I couldn't really go outside without some kind of like pressure on me. And like I have that freedom now, and I keep forgetting about that, and I have to keep reminding myself that I can just do that, like if I want to. The problem is I just now have nowhere to go. Well, I have places to go now, but like right now, where would I go? 11:30. Nowhere without money.
So,
Oh, on a Saturday as well.
You came last, lad.
Oh,
Chin up.
we came
As soon as you make
last.
some money.
I didn't even pay attention to that.
I'd like to try chumps one more time.
Of
Hi,
course.
Glazier. Welcome to Late Night Archery
one
with
more
Henry.
jump. Excellent. So how much will you bet?
Henry, the surprisingly sexist man.
No half measures. What's there to save for anyway?
That's
I mean,
the-
I think there's other times in the
Here
game
you
where
go.
he is a feminist. It's just, it was so, just, it's the way the game treats women more than anything. Archery time. Yeah, the archery in this game is one of the more difficult. The archery in Skyrim was very
No
easy.
chance against me, amateurs.
Oops. Yeah.
Oh, ha, let's see you beat that.
Oh, come on. No. We can do this. We can do this.
I've got this. Easy.
I did think for a while I would be into archery. Because I was in Scouts. Nationalism Club. Don't send your kids to Scouts. They will not learn life skills. They will learn fascism. But they will learn it slowly. Yeah, just, I don't know. But also don't send your kids to like any club really, because they always have fucking huge issues with the way they're being run. Just keep your children encased in carbonite. No, don't actually do that. No, some stuff's great. Just, you know, verify that it's great first. But yeah, no, archery was one of these things that was always like set up at big camps and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'll be an archer. I'll do some archery. One time I got sunstroke at one of the camps. So like, if I even for 1 second was not in the shade, I would begin violently throwing up, which was interesting. And what was funny is I was like more fascinated by this phenomenon, even though it was awful, than I was concerned for my safety. So all the other adults were like, no, 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 no. Stay in the shade. And you know, fair. You know, do be in the shade. Do drink water. Don't be outside. But I was sad because everyone was off doing archery and I was just like very sick. And also basically got sent home. Which like, I don't know, I got better pretty quickly. I think it was just a case of I don't think I had a hat also. Which is not good. Oh, we're so close to this. I see. Oh, hello, Roy Rainbow. I could tell it was you because my peripheral saw a big chunk of chat preceding blue text. So I was like, someone's been auto shouted out. Yay! Do I win? I think I won. Oh, I got vitality from jumping and sprinting. Disclaimer: teaching children archery may lead to a we need to talk about Kevin scenario. What is it we need to talk about Kevin scenario? I feel like I've heard that before. Oh yeah, it still says I've left this dear message. I need to set up one for B&M Bandit, I think. That just is some kind of reference to I would say at B&M, but really it should be Ross Kemp, shouldn't it?
Time's up.
Yeah,
folks.
Corgi. A long Corgi.
And that's it.
It's a book, movie, and spoiler isn't good.
Damn, miss.
Okay, so it probably isn't likely that a scenario like that would happen. DJ Lannis Loving? Okie doke. I was doing an experiment, was it yesterday? No, it was last night. Just to see if I would be safe in any of the channels on Twitch that were like the top of the category. And I was just going through VTuber, and it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they were all like dog whistle, traumatic dog whistle. I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake. It's so permeated. It makes me feel very silly for asking people not to use it. But then there's other places that are decently sized that don't, that specifically have rules. But yeah, I was like, God, this really isn't the website for me, is it? But then
So, how did it go?
it's more a thing of just like the
Well
internet
done.
is not,
You've come first.
it's not
It
ever
looks
been
like
safe for trans
you
people
know
ever
what to do with
at
the
any
boat.
point.
You're still not up to my standard. You?
It's
But a
not been
pretty
safe
good
for
effort.
Jewish people. It's not
Here are your
been
winnings.
safe for
I
Muslim
hope
people.
you'll
It's
wager
not.
on some chumps again.
It's been occasionally safe for women. For a given value of safe, like 1%, 0.1% of the time. It's not aggressively bad as it was before, but it does seem like still a lot of aggressive stuff happens like behind the scenes. But trans people, they don't even want us to be online at all. We're in a really bad retaliation of a lot of trans works being destroyed online. This is largely connected to how many like sex censorship things they are, because that's always how they do it. They come for sex workers because everyone in society goes, well, they shouldn't have been doing that. Oh, I need to save them from it. You know, like all that bullshit. Or they start with racism. They build on that thing and then they move to the next thing. Also, there's a lot of queer people in sex work because, we can't get jobs and we need medicine. So
I'd like
He
to try
jumps in.
chumps one more time.
Of course.
oh, Skal,
One more
Skål,
chump.
even. So they're Danish, I assume. Skål. That's how you say it. Skål.
No half measures.
So
What's there
cheers.
to save for anyway?
Skål.
It's the betting over with. Now here are your arrows. Farewell.
That's what I know. That is good. No, that's German. Also, oh God. Fuck, I don't remember that one. I don't remember how to. I could put sentences together before. I haven't practiced any. Just say "Jeg elsker dig, min prinseska." Du er min prinseska.
Damn, miss.
Tak for mal, min prinseska. Du er min mal. Du er min mal, prinseska. Du er min. Jeg elsker også dig, min prinseska.
You've no chance.
Can you tell that I dated someone in Denmark? You know, I was, what must I have sounded like to Danish people? Like, hello! I'm from England! Du er min prinseska! That's probably what I sounded like to them. Because they were like, that's kind of what everybody's. Well, to be fair, I did hang around with some quite quiet Danish people, but I was surprised how quiet Danish people were. I guess English people are louder than Danish people, and then I think Germans are probably louder than Danish people, probably quieter than English people. Italians are obviously louder than English people, I would say. I'm not saying this is a negative, I'm just saying it culturally the level that people seem to talk to each other.
I've got this easy.
You get a lot of sort of inbuilt like anxious people in England, so I guess that makes us a bit quieter. But then I think it's massively offset by like English tourists who are like all the time. The loudest English person is probably louder than the loudest of any other cultural group. And I say that derogatorily. I do not say that favorably. Actually, what's the loudest American? I think the loudest English person is probably louder than the loudest American,
Hell, the wind took it.
right? That'd be fair to say. I'm making this up, you know. Aren't we all different? English, Spanish, and German tourists seem to be seen as loudest in Europe. Yeah, because they're all rich and with a horrifying history, particularly of imperialism, right? And nationalism. I'm winning. I could almost see it in my head where the arrow was gonna go then. I'm beginning to. I'm becoming the one. I'm becoming Neo. Neo pronouns. Is that why they're called that?
You've no chance against me,
The
amateur.
queer theory predates the Matrix. You know, honestly, a really sad thing I've been learning about queer history is that, like, the way that TERFs behave and to the level and degree that they behave, it's not new. Very much exactly the same as it was in the 90s. I am learning from reading about trans women in the 90s, and honestly, it sort of seems like I haven't made any progress. And that's hard. I mean, we have. Because the thing is, like, one of the reasons that conservatives are fighting so hard against trans children is because we actually are getting to the point where we recognize that dysphoria starts in children. And rather than subjecting our children willingly to suicidal, torturous pain, we've started to say compassionately, hey, maybe we should not do that. And they fucking hate that. Because children are an oppressed class of conservatives. Conservatives love to oppress children.
So, how did it go?
Second out of 3. Not exactly dazzling, but at least you weren't last.
They're like,
Here's
you're young, labor force, potentially. Indoctrinatable.
I'd like to try chumps one more time.
Of course.
One more time, he says several
one
times.
more chump.
What's
Excellent.
my archery level?
So how much will you bet?
50 groschen.
No half measures. What's there to save for anyway?
That's the betting over with.
Yeah, Americans are
Here are your
considered to be
errands.
fairly loud.
Take care.
But the thing is, strictly speaking, Americans are Europeans. You know, strictly speaking. So it's the same stuff. Or at least that is to say, what do they call them? Like, wasps? Or like,
And
white
now,
Anglo-Saxon
here is the
Protestants?
finish.
Get home.
Because there's not really. It's interesting to me that they just say American to, you know, and they're like, that's the culture group, and I'm like, there's different cultural groups in America. It's not, you can't just say that every single, like, Johnny Bravo, Buzz Lightyear,
I've got this.
Crimson
Eat.
Chin man, who's just fucking moved in for a few centuries, is the same American as every other. You know, like,
The wind took it.
where did you say African American? You say these people came from there. You don't say European American unless it's like Italian or something maybe. When you say Italian American, they don't go. Do they say Anglo-Saxon? I mean, the fact that wasp is a term makes me think maybe they do, and that's a little weird. But like, I guess that is what that cultural group is, right? Because I don't think it's changed so I mean, it has changed significantly. I guess you have to say British because the thing is, British also does contain having been changed from cultures that we've conquered, essentially. You know, like it's not just. I know it's always thought of as white British, but like, I don't know. There's been enough people. There's been enough cool people to shift it into nice foods, and interesting cultural products, and like new accents and stuff like that. All lovely stuff. But I guess the heart of what's considered an English accent hasn't changed. So no. So I guess it is still Anglo-Saxon. How do you even judge, you know, what's the distinction between a culture? Please hit. Okay. Must be playing chumps with some of the wealthiest folks in the country. Me! I'm one of them. Saints Row 4 character creation had African American, Asian, white as their options. Kept tweeting the developer about that because that was so weird.
Got it.
Yeah.
Almost had it.
What's really sad about Saints Row is they took away the
Almost had it.
well, it was, I think it was just called the sex slider, but I guess it's the what are they called, hormones? I kept thinking endorphins every time. I was like, not endorphins, not endorphins, not endorphins. Hormones. It's essentially a hormone slider. Never seen anything like that before or after. I'm sure it exists. It almost certainly exists in an indie game. I just become a game dev so I can make the game I want to see in the world. And that's what Benjamin did.
Hit home.
What do you even make it about? A lot of indie games, one of my criticisms for a lot of indie games is that they're not tend not to be based in a mechanic. They tend to be presentations of stuff, which is fine. You know, there's a lot of story driven indie games. Some of my favorite indie games are mechanically driven ones though. Like FTL or Into the Breach. I really like those. I mean, I guess I would say Factorio, but unfortunately the guy that runs it is so bad I'm kind of embarrassed to be seen playing it.
So, how did it go?
Did I win?
Well done, Henry.
Yes.
Come first. It looks like you really do
Got
know
my
what
money
you're doing
back.
with the bow. You're still not up to my standard. mind.
Seeing as you get, was
But
it
pretty
double or
good.
triple your money?
Here are your winnings. I hope you'll wager
Or is it
them
just
on
double?
some chumps again.
Might as well just vote
to try chumps
full
one
money
more
every single
time.
time. No, it's
Of
triple.
course.
Might as well just vote full coin every
One
time.
more chump.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Pepsi. Yeah, like almost midnight. It came free with the pizzas.
No,
Well, it didn't come free with the pizzas.
What's that
Actually,
to
not
say?
only did it not come free with the pizzas,
That's the bet.
I added it for a charge of
Here
like
are your
£1.90,
Take care.
which for 1.5 liters of Pepsi is a little expensive. But I don't know. I like this restaurant quite a lot. It's nicer than Domino's, which previously I was like, that's the best pizza in town. It's not. It's this one instead.
And now, I'll see you at the finish.
Check out your local pizza joint. Don't be afraid to see what different thicknesses of pizza they have. Don't be like me and assume that because it's an Italian restaurant that it's gonna be like Neapolitan crispy. Even their thin pizzas were, I felt like I was getting value out of it. Local pizza chains, well, not chains, independent pizza restaurants that are local. Go to them, honestly. Full caffeine Pepsi at midnight. My sleep, honestly, I didn't get to sleep until maybe 7 in the morning. Partly because of stress, and also partly because of sound. I'll get used to it. The sound thing is just something I'll have to get used to about living here. The stress thing is something I'm working on. I'm trying to resolve differences between two people. One of them is partially in the wrong, and another one is very in the wrong, and it will take time to explain to them why. So I'm going to do it as gently as I possibly can. I don't want them to just sort of freak out and run away from it, because I think it's very important that they get this insight, because it will serve them in the rest of their life, I'm hoping. But most importantly, I just want to relax in the place I live, and also everyone else to also get that same advantage as well, you know? Don't want to have to move out, because that would be bad. But also, it wouldn't fix the issues. I think I can fix these issues. I believe I can fix these. I'm a third party. Let me come in and fix these. Let me do some housework. Let me tide everybody over. I bought some new stuff for washing dishes. I'm gonna be fucking like the devil on those dishes. I'll do everybody's dishes. Honestly, love doing some dishes. I'm gonna figure out how to put them away because I don't entirely know that yet. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna smooth things over. I'm gonna print out, you know, you get those things that say the bin routines. I'm gonna do that. I did buy a small television. That's probably gonna stay in my room, but there is another television I have that I want to fix. And I wonder if I can put that in the living room. And then we can all watch like some TV together, maybe. There's a bunch of board games in this house that don't belong to anyone in this house, and they're all like Rick and Morty board games. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna ask if any of the tenants actually own them, because I think we could be allowed to just sell those to some insufferable person that wants Rick and Morty board games. There's probably nice people that play Rick and Morty board games. I don't know. How many Rick and Morty board games could there be? Apparently one for each episode. I'm not joking. We don't have one for each episode, but there were many episodes of it that were board games. Because they were named after the episode.
Almost had it.
Hello. Did I win yet? I didn't even cheat and I got 13 arrows. 13 shots, I mean.
Time's up, folks.
Bloody hell.
Your favorite pizzas are from the Indian takeaways because they will put anything on them. That's fun. Although they might check to see if they're actually an Indian restaurant, because they might be Bangladesh. Most people working in what's called Indian restaurants are actually Bangladesh, because it's more recognizable to racist Britain, unfortunately. Most of the people working in them are Bangladesh. This is what I've heard. From some people who are from Bangladesh or related. Iranians. There's oh god, I can't tell you where. I did see a place that was Persian, was listed as Persian. Persian is Iran. I learned this like a year ago and it's changed my whole life. And I'm like, again, this is just for recognizability with English people, because if they put Iran, all the racists will show up. But Persian, they're like, ooh, a Persian place. There is a bunch of, there's loads of Turkish places, and I also saw like across the road from a Turkish place there was a what's the culture group? A Kurdish one, and I was like, are they friends? Do they get on? I hope they do. I mean, it could be funny if they were rivals, but probably not. If it's like a friendly rivalry, they're just like, way Kurdistan, and they're like, whoa, Turkey. I don't know why they seem more depressed about it. One guy was the spitting image of Freddie Mercury, not relevant, but it was weird. Well, Freddie Mercury's like biracial, right? Isn't he? Freddie Mercury. Yeah, born Farrokh Bulsara. Zanzibar. I don't fully know what Zanzibar is. Swahili, Arabic. A semi-autonomous province united with Tanzania. Is that Tanganyika? Is that how you say Tanzania? To form the oh, that'll be Tanganyika. To form the United Republic of Tanzania. Okay. It's in the Indian Ocean, but it's off the African mainland. Okay, so I was like, it's near India. It's like, no, it's just in the ocean. That we call the Indian Ocean.
So, how did it go?
Well done, Henry. You've come first. It looks like you really do know what you're doing with a bow. You're still not up to my standard, mind you.
So yeah, ignore everything I said. I don't know anything.
I hope you'll...
It just looks like Freddie Mercury because it looks like Freddie Mercury. He's not related to him.
I'd like to try chumps one more time.
Of course. Ah, one more chump. Excellent.
I do need to check my stats. All the groschen.
No half measures. What's there to save for anyway?
That's the betting over with. Here are your errands.
His parents are Indian. Okay. There is supposedly. I remember someone saying that someone had like German features, and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" You weird racist. But like, apparently that's a thing, right? Because English people look like Gollum. Seems to be the consensus. Or even British people, they said. I'm like, okay. I'll take it. Listen, we're awful. And I don't mean that in a good way. I don't mean that, ha ha ha, we're awful. I mean, we're genuinely awful. So anything to make us feel bad. Although on appearance, is that the best thing? I don't know. Okay, so we're level 7 bow. There's nothing it seems like we can do for leveling up bow. Is there not anything that benefits archery in like vitality? Balanced diet. Oh, that's the hungry thing. You can dispel hunger with anything. Oh no, it's that guy who had the weird compulsion to eat and never got full. I say weird guy. It's a medical thing, right? Also, I like weird people. I guess self-identified weird people. Someone self-identified themselves as being dumb, but also applied that to me in a situation, and I felt very uncomfortable. And I was like, I don't know. I think it's something you say for yourself. That's not something you say for me. I get it was kind of like, haha, we're both dumb, and it's like, I don't subscribe to that. Maybe that's really arrogant of me. I don't know. Your speech stat will rise by 3 when you talk to commoners. Can't have the perk highborn at the same time. Oh, okay. The nobles. What's his final offer? When a trader loses patience with you during haggling, you get 1 more chance. So what's this? That's just speech. Anything in vitality, thick-blooded. Chance of foe strikes causing bleed to reduce. I get that. Let me just read all these. The hungry thing, eat anything. Health falls to a minimum, you go berserk, and your stamina regenerates 4 times faster. Ooh, that could be good. After beating your first opponent, the power of your attacks will increase around your stamina. Okay. These are some at 9, we get some really good stats for vitality, which is currently level 7. So get 2 more levels. Last gasp. Survive an otherwise fatal blow. Okay, I need all of these. When you sleep, your health regenerates faster. Probably that. That one we can't do because we've already picked. Okay. Let's keep sprinting and jumping. Anything in agility? Falling causes you 30% less injury. Attacks will demand 30% less stamina but cause less injury. Applies only to weapons that are based on agility. What weapons are based on agility? Is a bow based on agility? Not really telling me here. If you're not wearing plate armor, 50 easy for dodge strikes in combat. What would be the benefit? Would you just be faster? What's the benefit to that? Better chance of winning dice. Successful evasion during combat will lower your opponent's morale. And then we got loads of strength. We got level 11 strength. I don't think we need to level strength anymore. Do I have 4 perks to put in main level? Oh my gosh. Scholar, Ken. What was the one that was like you're better at stabbing people? I mean, it might be good to get first aid too. Because of all the things it gives. What's the cloak and dagger? +2 stealth bonus at cost to strength and speech. I might get that. Golden tongue. Diplomacy, lose strength. I might get that. Cloak and dagger. Let's do it. Yes. There's also, it's like, can't be combined with these perks. I'm like, oh good, thank fuck. I don't have to question which one I want out of those two. What's Night Rider? Stamina regenerate faster at night. I think we've got to do that, right? Because that's the best time for crime. The problem is actually, but all the crimes that happen to me are in the daytime. Maybe I wonder, is there like a day rider? I don't think there is. Wonder, Insomniac, Renegade Brand, Burger. How we can find with Savage Peg. In the wilds, you have a bonus in strength, agility, vitality, and speed. I think we want the one in town, right? Because that's where we get tested the most. So we're gonna get that. And I'm gonna get the first stage one because it also says it has healing skill and dialogues, and I think that would be really interesting. And the odor. No, we don't want to reduce stealth skill for any reason. I don't want to teach him to read. Actually, let's never have him read. Can we go through the whole game with him never reading? I don't know. I'm not so sure about any of these. I'd probably Renegade Band though, because he does keep getting thrown in jail. There we go. What other skills have we got? Oh, alchemy. Did we get a new one? Potions brew health with better selling price. Potions fill you up 30% less, which means you can drink more and more often. Does that include poisons though? Healing potions more. Stronger the healing effect, the drunker it will make you. No, I think I want to get these level 10 ones actually. I'll save the perk for that. I have a pickpocketing perk apparently. Say that several times fast. I have a pickpocketing perk apparently. I have a pickpocketing perk apparently. I have a pickpocketing perk apparently. Dead in the middle of Little Italy, little did we know what we riddled two middlemen who didn't do diddly. There we go. I'll learn that way better than the bandit song. Looting corpses, you'll find more money. Does that count as if they're unconscious as well? Thank you. Increases your chance of pickpocketing someone as the same charisma level as you. People are usually dressed similarly to you. Wait, so... Do. Hey, you're stealing my pocket. Oh, I'm sorry. It's me, Henry the Noble. Oh, Henry. Well, seeing as we're both nobles. And then changes his fucking costume later. Ooh, I'm so old. Sorry, that's a bit ageist. Hello, I'm also very old. Hey, you're stealing my pocket, you fellow old person. Sorry, that was not great. What happened with the VOD meeting? Nothing bad. No, nothing. I appealed it, and as far as I know, it disappeared. Let me have a little look by clicking on my profile, going to Video Creator, and then going to Video Creator. Yeah, don't have muted audio anymore. Fantastic. Introducing featured clips. I need to maybe get into that because there are some good clips. What was that sound? My throat made a little squeaky sound as I spoke then. I really should stop smoking. It wasn't muting drama. It was that Bandit by Jerry Reed never gets picked up for DMCA. Unless I sing the karaoke version. Because apparently I sung it so well. That's the real one. That's the real one, yep. But I am allowed to do that. I am allowed to broadcast that. It is a cover. I am performing a cover. I guess I'll have to sing over the top of the existing song. For fuck's sake. It's 12. It is Saturday. I think I can get away with this. Is it Jerry Reed? Yes, it has been redeemed for 10,000 points. I could be made to sing a song. The problem is I don't really know the words. It's better to have... I just do with lyrics. It doesn't have to be karaoke. Yeah, this one, I guess. Oh shit, don't jump ahead. Fuck me. That's when the buttons do the same thing. Right, here we go. I'm going to attempt to sing this. I'm going to try and make it a little bit quieter for my housemates. Bandit. Probably not going to sing it at that pitch. Bandit. Alright, here we go. Pepsi Field karaoke. I don't feel that caffeinated, to be honest. Call you the bandit, an outlaw untamed, shackled only by freedom. You wear no man's chain. Why is Elon Musk in the corner of the screen? Some say they despise you. Well, maybe they do. alongside them. I bet they wish they were you. Bandit, you're reckless, and you live much too hard. Bandit, you're the Joker in the deal of the cards. You're a legend to the old men, a hero to the child. Bandit, still a lady's heart with only a smile. Bandit, you're reckless, and you live much too hard. Bandit, you're the Joker in the deal of the cards. You're a legend to the old men, a hero to the child. Bandit, steal a lady's heart with only a smile. They call you the bandit. 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 There we go. Let's be successfully sung. Jerry. They call you. I don't think it's called They Call You the Bandit. I think it's actually called Bandit, but for some reason this YouTube video says it's called They Call You the Bandit. But if you type in the lyrics, I would appreciate. Hey, look at. Thank you for not doing that during the song and waiting until afterwards. What's genuinely, I am interested in what people's ratings out of 10 are, and do be serious. I am looking for criticism because I'm trying to get better at singing that and trying to get the words right. And I can sing kinda in certain situations. I think I need to practice it. It's part of performing. I don't hate it the same way that I hate dance. So enjoyed the soft version. 8.2 out of 10. I think that's higher than I did last time, so thank you. So thank you for 73 bits, Royal Rainbow. I'm assuming that's you bought bits to do the thing before and that's what's left over, so thank you for all of those bits all together. That was you, right? In my head it was you. Right. What was that other one? Comrades, Secret Pockets? Looting corpses. I don't think we'll be doing much corpse looting. I think we'll be looting unconscious people, if anything. So we now have the Cloak and Dagger buff. Maybe it's 73 bits out of 100. As in your rating? I'll take it. Oh, last time we gave you 11 out of 10. So I've got noticeably worse. That's very kind of you. All the same. Thank you. I want to get to a 9 or 9.5, you know. The thing is, the trick, as I understand it, is that you've got to breathe properly, and I'm doing a lot of like, bandit, bandit, you're welcome, and you live too hard, man. Is there anything vitality, thick-blooded? Nah, no, we'll save it. Okay, that's all our stats. Ooh, I got Burger, which is essentially the middle class of medieval times, the capitalists of today now. But I guess they would have the equivalent power of people that fucking, you know, like managers, potentially upper managers, Wall Street people. Definitely had a lot more power and influence than your average peasant. Oops. Dang it. Always rate lower first. There's room to grow. Yeah, they'll rate 200 out of 10, and then 1 out of 10 the next time. I'm missing all these. I'll wait for the logs to get closer. Ah! Computers, thank you. Yes, we're just doing some late Henry, because I haven't for maybe like 5-6 streams or whatever actually progressed anywhere. Just been like picking flowers and talking about mental health and stuff. But I do, the rat war must happen, and Henry must be prepared for the rat war. So he needs to become an archery machine, for one thing, so I know that I can actually fucking hit my targets. Shooting them with sleep agent, I don't know if it even works, or like how quickly it works. Is there? Can you pickpocket poisons into someone's pocket? You pickpocket poisons into someone's pocket. Pickpocket poisons into a person's pocket called Percy and his friend Peter. Can you pickpocket a person? Anyway. A tennis ball return machine? What? Oh, to turn him into that. Yes. That's the sound those make, right? I've never seen one in person. I've only ever... I know I've never seen them in person because I would not be able to prevent myself from immediately turning it to evil. And like shooting people with it. I've only ever seen it in like TV shows when people get stressed. There are baseball machines like that, but they make you wear a helmet for that.
I won't miss the
Okay, one more arrow. Oh, I've more than one this. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. Hi, essentially Amber. Nice to see you. How are things? I feel like I see you vaguely around. I don't know. You know. I hope you're well. There's something so infectious about arriving with the Henry stinger that I have to keep reminding myself to say hi. I mean, if people enjoy it, that's what it's there for, right? I do hate it.
Starting to get hungry.
But I won't get rid of it because I hate it. I will only get rid of it if everybody else hates it. Right, eat your mushrooms, Henry. What happened to all that food? Oh, he didn't buy it because he didn't have any money at the time. I forgot. Here we go. Eat your snacks. It's like wrestling machine wrestling entrance music. I'm thinking about washing machines because I saw one for sale. More games and things in life should be like break the targets from Smash Bros. Melee. I have not played that, so I'm gonna say yes. Things are good. Just staying at Dave's and Lisa's for the week in Scotland. Amazing. Dave and Lisa are both quite nice to me, and I like it.
So, how did it go?
So that's great. I guess say hi for me.
You've come first. It looks like
they're
you
lovely.
really do know what you're doing with a bow. You're still not up to
See,
mark.
they seem like what's I don't know if there's a word for
Here are
this.
your winnings.
There's people that are nice, and they're a couple, and they're both nice. I can't exactly explain it.
I'd like
That's
to try
the
chumps
vibe I
one
get.
more time.
Of course.
Consistently nice.
Ah,
Like they
one
would
more
show
time.
up to your picnic in the rain or something.
how much
They
were you-
probably wouldn't. If I held a picnic in the rain. But you know what? They're your best pals. Oh, that's great.
No half measures. What's there to say?
I don't know who is and
That's
isn't
your
friends because everyone's
You're
in
an
each of his channels.
Been a pleasure.
Hello, hi Marshall Dave. I was just saying how nice you were because I'm great. Give me money. That's not why I was doing it. No, I'm kidding. I did get a Twitch payout today, and it was very good. Really great music in the background of this. What? Are we playing music? Or do you mean the music in the game? Because I'm not really paying attention to it. Hello. Bring it down to Bradley. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you. I did it a while ago. I was looking at my old VODs when I had like the worst curtains ever, that were like, like, hi everyone, welcome to my stream. And I'm like, no, it is way superior that I cut these. People have been saying very nice things about my hair. A couple of days ago, somebody said, I forget who said this. They said that my hair was so nice it was intimidating, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. So top is banging. Thank you. It's a full dress. I don't know why I'm always like, it's a full dress, see? Let me flash you the bottom of the dress to prove it's more than just a top. I wore it to see my partner, because my partner came over to my house to hang around and hug. It was really nice. And it was nice because the night before, was it night before? No, it was Thursday. I'd gone out and done social stuff. So I'm like, yes, I'm really
Let's see you beat
restoring my like social feelings, batteries. I guess I'm an extrovert even though I don't think introvert extrovert is real. I think some people are just depressed. And extroverts are people who are doing better, I think maybe. Or like aren't as anxious. Whee! Breaking your social targets. This is a hugging dress. It's mostly I wore it because it's very light. Dresses keep you a lot warmer than you would think, especially if they're like the full body dresses that I bought initially, which I guess I'll be wearing for winter, huh? But they're kind of a bit out of fashion now. I've gotten that much better at fashion in the last, oh, I don't know. I wonder if it could be in the last 6 months, the amount of time I've been on HRT. I seem to have gotten much better at fashion, and I'm kind of like, oh, these are sort of drab now. Ooh, you know what would be good? Is like, I do have an infinity scarf, but like a similar sort of scarf that's like a much bigger one. Like a sort of, like a knitted one or something. I go like a really big one, and then wear that on top of a dress. I probably won't need to, honestly. They do keep you quite warm. That would be like full winter, and at that point, I better be wearing a coat. I did see a raincoat for sale, but it's a very sort of like the kind of thing someone would wear hiking. And for a raincoat, I would really like, and I know this is like very spoiled of me, but I would like one that's just see-through plastic, you know, that's just the hood, and then it's like almost like a poncho, maybe a poncho. That's the kind of raincoat I would like to have. I've got a winter coat, and it is cute, but I don't really have anything that goes with it.
I won't miss the next one.
I really need to start, you know, the thing is also like, am I going to be able to afford any of the things that I'm planning? I've been going to charity shops more, and honestly, there will be some surprising things sometimes. I was putting stuff on my partner, like, oh, you want to get this? It's only £4. And they're like, no. I'll buy it for you. No, I don't. Come on, let's accessorize you. But most of the stuff that's in charity stores is going to be small. I don't know why. If you're a small person, you probably have a great time in a charity store because everything fits you.
I've got this
Bonk.
easy.
Keep being so warm with certain clothes at the moment, so scared that winter's gonna betray us like last year. Sorry, I was just lost in the trauma of last winter. Being in an uninsulated house, essentially. Not uninsulated, but shittily insulated house. With the heating off because we literally could not afford to do it. We kind of made a pact with me and my housemates. We were like, it's okay to turn the heating off if you get sick and you need a blast of heat. It's so fucking grim that was. You can turn the heating off if you get sick, like you're playing fucking Passports Please. Passport Please. Papers, Please. Sorry, I forgot what the name of the game was.
How did it go?
If you're playing Papers, Please in real life,
Not exactly dazzling.
you're up to so much,
But at
but
least
even
you
the air
won't
itself
last.
was so cold.
Here's your money back.
Yeah. We need to sort this whole we need to hit this whole, because this is set up how it used to be in my old room. I think the green screen was. I mean, there's no ring light, so I can't really know.
I'd like to try chumps one more
I
time.
need to figure this out.
course.
I can't have all this. The reason I use green screen is because I think it's superior to
So how
the
much we
digital scaling stuff, and I can't be then showing up for team green screen with like whatever this is. I could adjust it on the fly now. I don't know if I want. Let's do it. Let's adjust it on the fly. Watch it crash the whole stream. Fuck, where is it? Filters? Ah, shit, it would be filters, wouldn't it? Would it? Filters. Oops. Give me filters. Filters. Oh, we're in summer position. think that might be the opposite of what it should be. So we want to get rid of whatever this is. Parts of me are disappearing is the issue. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. Actually, let me move it onto the other screen so I can actually see what difference it's making. Let me put it on the better monitor. Oh, hello. That's just real life. Doesn't it seem so strange to see that? Like, hey. Hey, this is £10, this thing. Did OBS crash? No, OBS is still here. At least I think it is. Oh, yeah, there it is. That seems better. That seems alright. Still get the shadow. That's acceptable to me. There we go. Feels a bit extras on the DVD. Yeah, exactly. We all worked very hard on the film, but it was a little confusing. We weren't given enough time, and often our lines had to be made up on the spot. Also, we all had breakdowns because we were in green screens.
I'd best be careful.
That's the betting over with. Now here are your errors.
Oh, BTS extras. I don't know what BTS extras is, sorry. I read it as a bit like extras. Wait, you don't mean the show extras? Behind the scenes. Oh, okay. No, I guess no, I guess I did read that correctly. Never mind. Behind the scenes. I was like the
You've no chance against
I was thinking
me,
BTS, which also behind the scenes. The K-pop, the K-pop gang with bloodthirsty fans. You think we should get BTS and Swifties to like fight a war of attrition? Because everyone's got tired of Taylor Swift fans. Because they think that they can read Taylor Swift's mind. But anything that Taylor Swift actually does as a person is somehow not true. It feels very fascist. And also, Taylor Swift might actually be a fascist, or certainly have fascist friends, and doesn't seem to have a problem with Donald Trump. So, wouldn't surprise me. Whereas, like, BTS, I think, are just have the regular biases that a Korean person might have, I guess. So, a little bit of racism. I don't the murdery stuff. I don't think that's Korea's fault. I think that's just capitalism, which ultimately I guess would be America's fault, because South Korea or Korea, both North and South Korea, the reason that they're the shape that they are is because America basically gets to determine what that is. As much as we're like, oh no, North Korea might missile us with no funding to do so. I know they have sent missiles, but I seem to remember being told, and I don't have a source for this, that it's like a diplomatic tactic, because they're usually looking for something to appease them, and quite often that thing is food. But then they can say, hey look, I brought you some food, I'm a great leader, but also sort of rustle America's feathers a little bit. America is still technically at war with North Korea, because if they were to make peace, then America would have to potentially give up some of its claims in the South China Sea. So what they have done is they have partitioned the country into two pieces. The bit that they could take over is the capitalist bit that they've imposed on them, and the bit that they couldn't take over because of communism is starving quite often and is ruled by a dictator. But ultimately that's America's fault. Not just America's fault. Other states did get involved in it. Russia plays a part in it. China is annoyed by it. Bonk. Is that where the band's name comes from? What? BTS? I don't know. Taylor Swift is so angry she gave up now. Yeah, no, I mean, she's
against me, amateurs.
probably evil. I'm sorry if you are a Taylor Swift fan, but also, like, I'm very anti-cult, so I'm going to have these opinions. What's the log done to me? It's stolen my groschen. Maybe we're making a sponge. You're like a giant sponge, right? Just loads of holes in a log. This is a special crafting recipe from the late medieval era. Next album is about the endless search to split yourself into 10 people.
How did it go?
And they'll go, oh, this is proof that Taylor Swift is a polyamorous lesbian, like we've been saying all along.
Here's your money back.
Oh, I only won 10 groschen for that. Oh, because I came second place.
I'd like to try chumps one more time.
Of course. Ah, one more chump. Excellent.
Taylor Swift is a ska album. You'll get on board, just saying. Well, Rainbow. I think you are vulnerable to strong personalities.
No half measures.
Which is why you hang around me.
That's the betting over with.
Don't join a Taylor Swift cult. Because they throw a little candy in front of you. Gotta think for yourself. So do what I say. I am teasing quite a lot. Taylor Swift threw the first corporate lawsuit at Stonewall. Wait, is at Stonewall the bar? Did she sue it? They used the word gay, and only I'm allowed to use that in my song about homophobia that I've done. I don't know any Taylor Swift songs.
Easy.
Never Shake It Off, but then the thing is, she didn't write it, so is it her song? She performed it. I don't know any of Taylor Swift's performances. There we go. I think she did write some, right? Because they have terrible lyrics or something. But she, again, is a producer's daughter. Has had a lot of money from the start. Honk. And those people, Albert Einstein. And they all clapped. Damn it. And the teacher resigned. That's kind of like the newer version of selling quotes as being from Mahatma Gandhi, Elvis Presley, fucking... I literally was reading an article about her yesterday. Why have I forgotten? Marilyn Monroe. See, I don't remember anybody's names. Charlie Chaplin, Einstein, Edison, Abe Lincoln, George Washington, maybe Bob Marley. And none of them will be true. None of the quotes will be something that they've said. But they'll be sold en masse as being like a quote they said. Because they're like, the wisdom of a very famous person in an environment that was brutal and did not let minorities succeed. Lol, Lamo Theodore Roosevelt. Bet you could find that. Like a sort of semi-ironic... Oh yeah, Theodore Roosevelt's probably up there on that list. Many of the presidents. I bet Obama's on that list now.
Oh, well,
I have seen in places that aren't America, because I guess it's for Americans, selling little bits of memorabilia that's like Obama, Hillary Clinton, and then I think Trump is probably among them now, but like everybody hates them so much. I don't think like they would. I'd hope they wouldn't, but then also it's tourism. But it's weird because it kind of makes it seem like that's just America's political family. Oh ho. Hillary. What does Obama sound like? Hey, sorry. I'm Obama. That's really bad. That's so bad. That sounds like Lumpy Space Princess. I'm so sorry, Obama. Except for all the stuff about you droning children because you didn't want to appear to be soft to conservatives. They didn't give a shit about that. They're not gonna respect you, Obama. You don't really think that, do you? There's already so many things they're not gonna say, oh, I've decided to put aside my massive racism because you killed some children. No, they're gonna use it against you anyway. Hope you're doing well, Obama. You did do some nice things too. I don't think they outweigh the bad things, unfortunately. But you were better than Trump, I guess. The lowest bar imaginable. You love actual Hillary Clinton quotes. It did suck how like
How did it go?
Hillary Clinton would be
Well
a villain in a kids
come
movie
first.
about a dog,
It
right?
looks like you really do know what you're doing with a bow.
But a lot of the stuff directed
Still not
towards
up
it
to
was
my
just
standard, mind you. But a
horrendously
pretty good effort.
sexist and also transphobic as
I
well,
hope
which was a
you'll
weird
wake them on
one.
some jumps again.
Like, you can't be a woman with power, you must be trans. Like, we don't have power. But then that's a fascist thing, right? The enemy is both completely weak and completely strong at the same time. Shout out Barack Obama official. It's not official, but it does have enough information in it to seem like it was official. Your brother bought you a Biden branded chocolate bar when he visited you from Boston. My brother bought me a Biden branded chocolate bar when he visited me from Boston. I did see Mr. Beast chocolate bars in the spa in town, and I was so pathetically hopeless at this news. I'm still reeling from it. He's just a billionaire, but he's a YouTube billionaire. So I guess it means it's all off to eat his shitty chocolate in a fucking petrol station. So in the Hillary Clinton film, Lena Dunham convo, WRT feminism. Oh, she's had a conversation with Lena Dunham about feminism. Yeah, in the Hillary Clinton film, it's a dog of a car at the start. Dog dies and goes to limbo. Has to get back to the girl who owns it. Act 2 is about polter dog hijinks. Act 3 is the kill the dog beating Hillary and Bill. Dog mode at Crufts. Oh, okay. I thought you went with a baseball bat, and I was like, whoa, what a turn. I mean, is she more villainous than Bill Clinton? I don't know about Bill Clinton's bad stuff. I only have heard about his good things, and also his adultery, which I don't think it. Like, I think the more pressure there is on for people to be married and stay married, the less of a crime adultery should be. The more that people are free to just cohabitate and stuff, then it's like, well, you could have just communicated, you know. If your relationship depends on you having to lie in order to have multiple relationships, like, that's kind of that's more of a cultural problem. And also, a lot of people who cheat are cheating because they can't escape from their relationship that has turned very bad. So, like, people get very violent about cheating, and there are people who are just nasty, and that's why they cheat. But there's some nuance in that, I think. I remember having this conversation with someone who's not a friend anymore and really should never have been a friend, was trying to defend what turned out to be like his friend had got sent to prison for beating his girlfriend, but he tried to fucking say, oh well, she cheated, and I'm like, yeah, of course she cheated from a fucking abusive prick, wouldn't you? How are you gonna tell them that you're leaving, you know? Yeah, fuck that guy, and also fuck that other guy. Did I level up in archery? We're level 8. There's nothing, there's no perks, and they don't want you being an archer, they want you being a swordsman. Excuse me. Zone out Wrath Strike? What's Zone Alt? With a rapid zone howl from the Ox stance, parry the opponent's strike. What? Oh, that's right, because I don't actually see these icons. So this is a fucking combination attack. Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna do that without the icon. Should I mod it back in? Because that's quite a thing to lose. The game still be hard. Bill has a Wikipedia article just on his sexual assault allegations. Oh, okay. Well, okay, they're both evil then, I guess. But yeah, no, it was like the dog and the girl just fucking beating him with a baseball bat. Anybody powerful is probably a shithead, right? Okay, yeah. Too busy checking out the stats. Did we win? Oh, he's going to bed. He's like, listen, alright, okay. I like archery, but like, fuck me, Henry. Do we have to do this every day from dawn till dusk? Henry, I'm not gonna do archery with you at nighttime, Henry. I'm just not. I get it, right? You're okay. I heard maybe there's some stuff with your dad. It's unresolved. Oh, he's dead. Okay. Listen, Henry, just come around tomorrow. Okay, we'll do it some more. We'll do some more. He's like, stop following me. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, Dad. Oh, sorry. Dad, I'm sorry. Dad, I'm sorry. Henry's latched onto it because he'll spend time with him. So yeah, there's combos that I'm probably never going to be able to do. I feel like I should be able to see those in hardcore mode. Who is ever gonna know combos that well? Again, people don't do hardcore as their first run. People don't do that. Except for me, because I'm a gremlin who knows no punishment. Put that on my fucking CV. I am a gremlin that knows no punishment. Just trying to think about saying that in a professional setting. You know, I'm so unemployable, and I never really get to an interview anyway. So like, maybe I should just go in with the attitude of I'm not gonna get it anyway, and just say whatever the fuck I want. Just be like, give me loads of money. I'm not gonna work very hard. Maybe don't say that, but just fail the interview before you've already failed. Why not? They're not gonna give me a job. Hey, can you do a physically demanding job 4 days a week for several hours? No, I can do a physically demanding job for 3 days a week, and also 2 of those don't have any physical demanding stuff in it. Maybe. That's how much energy I have. Also, did I mention my horrific sleep problem? So there's a genuine chance that I will just not be able to wake up for work. Ah, yes. See, we in the business world call that laziness and will not be hiring you. Oh, good. That's illegal. We don't give a fuck. Who's gonna help you? Who's gonna save you? Can't get in a union if you don't have a job, it seems. Maybe that's not true for some things. Where have I woken up? Amongst the pigs, the boars. Is this the hair that you would trim? Make a hairbrush. Where is it? It is. Hang on. There you go. There you go. I bet they love that. I've seen how much cows love that, honestly. Of getting a little brush. I don't brush my hair too much, because if I just brush it like this... Yeah. There we go. Undo the work. Make it messy. Make it a fucking... It's imperceptible, so you don't see the errors. Oh, this one went to sleep. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, Henry is hungry and probably shouldn't be surrounded by eatable animals. Are there really any animals eatable if you try hard enough? Vegans. Sorry. See, the thing is, when I was a vegan, I genuinely did put myself up for mockery. I was like, listen, there's some pretty intense people in this vegan thing. You want to make fun of a vegan? Here I am. Now I'm not a vegan, but I'm still doing the same thing. I'm not an insider. I don't know what the word... There should be... I know this sounds so like... There should be a kind of vegan where you don't have to be vegan. But what, like, animal rights? I care about animal rights. Animal rights carer? But not really, because you eat meat. And I'm like, that doesn't actually cancel it out. Oh yeah, also, I should be, sorry, Royal Rainbow, known vegan. Sorry. But listen, come on. Now this is boring. Boring and drilling. Food please. Hello, food friend. Oh, is this some food? Can I have this?
Got
Why are
bellyache,
you
have you?
sneaking about like a...
Oh, I'm sorry. Was the bowl of chili out in the sun too inconspicuous? Yeah, can I have some food, please?
Good morning.
Vegan, by the way, Rosie, but you limit yourself to one RL thing. Real life? Are you vegan on? Are you so vegan that you can't eat things that aren't digital? What do you mean? Although digital is real.
Bye.
Oops. Bacon. Bread roll. Cheese. Horseradish. I never actually just had horseradish. Real life? Already bored you about your job today? Oh, okay, I see. We have to, over a series of weeks, get the magazines for the Master of Nan story. And initially, you'll give us things that will be foundational to your life, and we'll start to construct it. But then, once you've got us hooked on the magazine subscription, like maybe 6 or 7 in, it's just gonna be things like, my aunt had a friend called Doris, and we're like, what? Okay, I guess we'll collect all of your aunt's friends separately. You start to build that, and then it moves to something else like there's a fish that has the same name as me. You're like, okay, so we're building the metaphor section, and before we know it, all of these extra sections will be more built than the actual information. So we'll only if we stay with it for 7 years, and assuming the magazine doesn't get cancelled. And also the price continuously goes up. We'll get a full statue of you, and it'll have lots of little tidbits about you. Yeah, it's the Docs statue. It's the Docs magazine. Ethical consumer. I don't mean to, because the thing is, like, if there was a bunch of people like, let's be vegan, and they go, yeah, we've made some vegan food. I'm like, I'm on your side. I'm on your side. Eating a hamburger. Hey, Avid Livsage. Hello. I see you've changed your chat color. Either that or I'm wrong. Sorry, I just zoned out for a second. I just really zoned out for a second. I had no idea what I was thinking about. We're buying food for our little Henry. The E button's really fast, so I press it once and it does it twice. Let's haggle.
Can we do something about the price?
Why not?
Why not? Give you more money. I'll give you a clean 60.
This and a little something on top.
Non-intentionally wouldn't know how to do that. Okay, so it's
Thank you.
my
friend.
chat reader is trying to make things more visible then. Hi Darren. Hello. Good to see you. Hi Darren Dulligan. I'm so sorry. I do know your name. I did forget Marilyn Monroe's name earlier though. So I mean, you're the same level as Marilyn Monroe, so that's fine. If I trip over your name, it's the same as me forgetting star of the 50s and 60s. I don't actually know when she was 40s. I don't know when she was around. Probably not 60s, right? I don't know enough about her. Right, I am gonna just very briefly be right back because I need water. No, I want to get people's names right. I guess. I don't know. Is it too formal to just say your full name? I'm gonna be right back because I need some water and I'm quite dehydrated today. So I'll be right back. Oh.
Humongous Wizard.
Ah, water. The water of life. Hello. Marilyn Monroe, star of the 50s, the star of surprisingly queer-friendly films Some Like It Hot. Its drag kind of wasn't considered queer by general society at large in the early 20th century. Yes, that's the sound of... Oh no, there's some makeup come off there. It's the sound of his returning to Henry's dutifully training adventure, where he very slowly becomes more powerful, I guess. You're brave having cam on while standing settings I could never. It is a concern. I do think about it very much. Straight men did it. I think the majority of people doing drag probably were queer, but plenty of straight men. Also, like, our understanding of what is queer is like different from then. But I was reading about there would be queer clubs in America, and generally they would be run by the mafia for some reason, which is interesting to me because I'm just thinking about how Tony Soprano in The Sopranos is like a homophobe, and I'm like, it seems like, you know, it seems like your family probably wouldn't be, right? I don't know. Ooh, don't load game. Fuck. Wait, play game. The ending of the film is saying he's totally cool with running off with a man dressed in drag. Ah. So little gay. Little gayness. Don't say in the anus. Don't say gayness in the anus. I feel like people used to say that as a like, haha. Isn't homosexuality funny? I'm gonna say a little rhyme. Gayness in the anus. Hee hee hee. I'm 14. But the thing is also, you realize you're gay, and then you tell the same jokes, and suddenly they're very funny. In the same way, you start as a homophobe, you realize you're gay, and you tell the same jokes, but you're allowed to now? I don't know. It is different though. I think I need to put on this makeup a bit more. Just a little bit. There we go. They're probably a higher form of mafia from like The Godfather that didn't really care what the business was about, just it made money. I don't know. I think there's more to it than just that. Also, like, the way that we think of crime groups and gangs and mafias is not reflective of how they form and what they are. Gayness in the anus is a really funny line. It's so childish. Hello, my friend. Could I interest you in gayness in the anus?
Good day.
I'd like to try
Be
chumps
gay, do
one more
crime.
time.
That one's better, but it doesn't really rhyme.
Ah, one more chump. Excellent. So how much will you bet?
I'll give you. Let's just. Henry's just like this eager little child. I'll give you all my Gratian, Dad.
What's
I
it
mean,
to save for anyway?
archery,
That's
man.
plenty over with. Now here are your
Green
errands.
screen's falling over.
Well,
Oh, that did not help it, did it? Right, let's win this again. Do you think we get more archery experience for winning?
now.
Oh no, he's hungry. Did not eat the food. Oh, Henry's at a Henry's at a disadvantage because he's hangry.
Almost had it.
Bloody hell, the wind took it.
Let me try again.
Bloody hell, the wind took it.
Bloody hell, the wind took
Got
it.
it.
Ah, the wind took it. Ah, the wind took it. The wind took it. Like for every 20, like all 20 arrows. Every 20. Every set of 20 arrows. 20 sets of 20 arrows. Ah, the wind. That darn wind. But also, like in a battlefield, like everyone's clunk clunk, like everyone's killing the shit out of each other, and he's just on top of a tower going, "Oh, the wind took it. Oh, the wind took it." Henry is passing out a little bit from hunger. I can't do anything if I haven't eaten. Breakfast is so important.
Oh, well, I won't miss the next.
But literally, I need to eat breakfast in bed, I think. I need to put snacks next to my bed. Because honestly, if I wake up and have a snack, I'll be fucking unstoppable. It's really hard to transfer from the bed to the shower. Because then I'll be hungry in the shower. Hey, you subscribed with Prime. You have Prime? Thanks. 18 months. Amazing. Did I like Sopranos? I liked it quite a bit early on. There was lots of things in it that I liked. I was sort of disappointed. I was disappointed that the show set itself up to have, like, a conclusion, and then it kind of, towards the end, was like, what does it matter what the conclusion is? You know, what does it, like, no character growth, really. But there's also, like, there were so many issues with the show. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but they did change it. It was interesting. I thought the person who played the psychologist, either this is just how they talk in real life, or they're a really bad actor. And they weren't always a bad actor, but it just seemed like they were constantly just reading their lines all the time. And I feel like that's maybe why they had less scenes with her than they were supposed to. And at one point it seemed like they were trying to get rid of her from the show. So, like, I feel a little left out when I see people like, "Oh God, Sopranos is the best show ever, I love it." I get the impression it was sort of like Breaking Bad when it came out. It's the spiritual predecessor to Breaking Bad, I guess, in some senses. And there's lots of very good practices within the making of it that I like. For example, Italian Americans are less likely to get acting roles. So in a TV show that's what's the word I'm looking at? Whatever. In a show that's about Italian Americans being in a mafia, to cast all of the people as Italian, to have a lot of Italian Americans working on the project, I think is really cool and really good. And loads of other similar things could take note from that. So, would I say it was ahead of its time in a way? Not really, but it was good. You heard a theory about one of the characters that came out of jail was really homophobic because he was in the closet or something? Oh, as in one of the actors.
So, how did it go?
I did like that
Second out of three. Not
the guy that plays Tony's nephew
But at least you weren't last.
said, if you're homophobic, you're not allowed to watch The Sopranos because now there's a weird, I don't know, the Supreme Court sort of ruled that you're allowed to discriminate. So he's like, well, I'm allowed to discriminate in the other direction. I was like, yeah, take it away from them. I love the idea of a, like, hopelessly straight person that's also homophobic really being into The Sopranos and, like, having a big fucking poster of the guy, and then he's like, you can't watch this if you're homophobic, and he's like, oh.
I'd like to try chumps one more time.
Of course.
You think Tony wasn't homophobic, but acted homophobic because of peer pressure and
one more
toxic
chump.
masculinity?
Excellent.
Yeah, no, they do, They do that a few times, actually.
No,
They do show the pressure
What's
of,
there to
like,
save for anyway?
toxic
That's the
masculinity.
betting over with. Now,
Sometimes they go quite deep into it, and other times I'm disappointed. I think the Christopher Columbus episode was really good. I really liked that one as a full package. That's probably my favorite episode. Because specifically they're dealing with you know, like, America specifically. America defined whiteness. America did this. This was a legal definition. There were already ideas of it that came from Europe, particularly Spain, and then basically everywhere that had white people in it. So the to pick so basically Italians and Irish people were not considered white in America. They sort of are now. But it is still situational. Like, they do talk a lot in the show about how, like, as soon as people see what their last name is, they won't get a job. And I'm like, okay. And to be honest, I don't think that discrimination has ended. Probably, I assume it's probably better, but I don't really know. So it's interesting then for them to take a, you know, like a kind of racism, what is racism that exists within Italian people, and actually go, you know, let's examine this, because loads of people are like, hey, you know, Columbus is our guy or whatever. My favorite bit is they have a guy from Italy, from Sicily, that they brought over, and they're like, you love Columbus, right? And he's like, no, he's from northern Italy. They spit on us. That's where all the money is. They're awful. We hate Columbus, because they're literally looking for him for like Italianness, right? Like Sicily's so Italian for them. And then I think also their families are, if not from Sicily, then definitely from like connected to that stuff. So that's really funny. Really like the episode. You don't get whiter than Irish though. It's in the thing. It's on the back door. And you know, people still fucking say like potato stuff and Irish and all that sort of stuff. There still is, that discrimination does exist. It just isn't as bad, you know. Not that it's a competition, but I have seen racist Irish people, and they do basically say, they do try to use, you know, generational traumatic pain as like a justification for their racism. I'm like, you, come on. You can't do that. You can't do that. I don't know. It's not really in my place to tell Irish people off when I'm English, you know. But come on. Phil Leotardo literally coming out of closet to kill gay man. Oh yeah, no, it does seem like the people that made the show are very much not homophobic. Anytime homophobia comes up on the show, they challenge it. They challenge whatever character does it. They also give that character like negative consequences for being homophobic. I'm like, yeah, they're pro-gay, seems to me. Oh, did I win? Wait, isn't the color? Yeah, white doesn't really exist. It isn't really a thing, because, you know, it's a pigmentation, if that even, because then it does actually, it's like your nationality is more of a sort of thing. It was an invented thing. It was a distinction. You know, I was gonna say you wouldn't do that with like hair color, but then that does also happen, and also eye color as well, usually connected to ethnicity. But it's just an arbitrary thing. It's the same thing of like separating people out for being trans or whatever. It's an arbitrary distinction, really. But people still, obviously, that doesn't mean that they're suffering. Their persecution is arbitrary.
So, how did it go?
Like for example,
Well done.
Han Chinese
You've come
people
first.
are not
Looks like
considered
you really
white.
do know what you're doing with a bow.
But in terms of
Still
like
not up
where
to
they
par.
live, in terms of how much
You?
sun they get
But a
and the
pretty good
pigmentation of their
Here are
skin,
the greens.
fairly
I
similar
hope you'll
to
leave them on some
a white
justice.
European, but they're not considered white. They don't have those. They don't really have those privileges, but they do. They still have light skin privilege in the sense of like they're still racist to people with darker skin.
I'd like to try.
Not all of them, obviously. I'm generalizing here massively. It's just to make a point.
One more
The
check.
only thing really that determines
So how much
your how much melanin in your skin is how much sun you get. And if you're closer to the equator, you get more of it, and also the Earth does spring out a little bit, so you're also closer to the sun anyway. But it's not
No
exclusively
half
that.
measures. What's there to save
Deserts,
for anyway?
intense
That's the
deserts,
betting over with. Here are your arrows.
can do that.
Farewell.
But again, it's just arbitrary. It's just arbitrary thing to distinct as different. It didn't even used to be a thing, really. The Greeks sort of dealt with it, and then the Carolingians sort of established it as a systemic thing.
I'll see you at the
But sort of a lot of during a lot of the medieval era, people were really fussed about skin color. They're much more fussed about religion. There's medieval poetry of a black man going to Wales and everyone assuming because he's so attractive that he must be nobility. I believe I couldn't give you the exact one for that, but it's an interesting example of you know, people are like, oh, you're good-hearted and you're attractive, therefore you must be a noble. We need to invite you into our courts because there's no way, right? Chonk. Partners white and Latin American, but people from the USA determine they're not white because Hispanic. Yeah, that's one I never really. I didn't really perceive that until that was pointed out. There's loads of people like you know, Hispanic people you're not necessarily run across so much in England. I think the only Hispanic people that I've actually met were in like London and I didn't even really meet them. So a lot of people that I see that would be culturally Hispanic, I suppose. I would if I didn't know, I would just read as white. But it's a whole thing. Obviously, what with Mexico being colonized with the Spanish, there's loads of white Mexicans, which is also like Louis C.K. was born in Mexico. Probably not the best example of a Mexican to pick Louis C.K. That's just the first one that came to mind. But America's very keen to depict Mexican people and Hispanic people a very particular way.
God damn it, my stomach hurts.
Even English people are keen to depict Spanish people a certain way.
I won't miss the next one.
Get this? No.
Hit home.
Get perplexed as to why a lot of people don't see how arbitrary it is, since we're all within 99% genetically identical. Yeah, isn't it with something like 94% genetic similarity with like chimpanzees, and then something like 40-50% no, it's quite high with a jellyfish. I think it was like 40% with a banana or something. Like 40. I don't quote me on that. That hit? That seemed like that hit. That should have hit. Yay! Night Chimps is 96. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing. We should base our judgments on compassion, and we should consider not just people, but definitely all people as being our family, as being on our team, as being our, well, not culture necessarily.
I won't miss the next one.
But kinda. I would love there to be like I don't want there to be one overarching culture over all other things. That's not what I'm saying. But like multiculturalism is fucking fantastic.
So, how did it go?
Well
It
done.
makes everything better.
You've come first.
It really does.
It looks
It
like
makes me happy
you know
because I
what
get
you're
to
doing.
try different foods from different
You're
places.
still not up to my standard, mind you, but a pretty good effort.
And that's not the only
You're
benefit,
right,
but
Billy.
that's just the most immediate one I can think
them
of.
on some jumps again.
No, you know, just the art and ideas and if you go to a different
I'd like to
country,
try
it's
chumps
so
one more
interesting
time.
because you're like,
Of course.
oh, you know, this is slightly different to the way
one
that
more
this is
chump.
done, or this is an
Excellent.
alternative to the way
So
that
how
this is
much will you
done.
bet?
This has given me perspective into, you know, my own culture, and now I see that when we do a thing like this, it's a choice to do this, and I'm going to choose either to do it or not do it. There's too many people that annoy me for different reasons. Don't have the time to be annoyed with someone for a shallow reason. Yeah, I never really hate anybody, because I also like, I recognize even sort of sometimes even shitty people are like, I don't want to say misunderstood, because I don't want to then just like forgive really shitty people, but we definitely, because of the amount of that conservatives have control over all of the places where we get our culture and all the places where we get our ideas and all of our states and systems and stuff like that, because we're in such a grasp of that at the moment, it is making people fight more. It is making people learn bad lessons. It is making people be more judgmental and like quicker to condemn and to treat things as like thought crimes and stuff like that. And it's really got to stop. It will kill us all. It is designed to kill us all. We need to be able to collaborate even with people that we don't necessarily like. and not just be like, oh, I'm waiting for them to trip up, I'm waiting to hurt them and take revenge. Like, no, you will just have to deal with people you don't like and just be adult about it and just be, you know, maybe even find common ground. If that's what it takes.
Got it.
Ah, well, I won't miss the next one.
The more people that get on with each other, the better it is for everyone. I know I keep saying this, it's so simple. But sometimes you do have to learn and reiterate things that are simple that you already know to prove to yourself that you know them and you understand them. It's not gonna
Got
hit.
it.
A lot to be said about ignoring assholes. See, yeah, I do think there was this big shift in like the 2010s or something of like, no, you don't actually have to stick up with awful people, and everyone went, ah, fantastic. But then there was no sort of like, there was no kind of nuance to that. It was really helpful for me because my life was consistently being ruined all the time by people that weren't good for me. All the time. Like, all the time. Like, I've only really gotten out of it. And occasionally some people will come back. But, and I was just like, oh, I have to put up with this to be a good person. No. You need to be able to protect yourself from people who mean you harm. Or are causing you harm, even unintentionally. You do, as selfish as it feels, have to put yourself first. Ultimately. When it comes to living and dying. When it comes to that degree, you do come first. It's a survival requirement that you're supposed to do. And then say put your own mask on first. I feel weird about that analogy because I'm like, but maybe there's some situations where it actually would be better to put someone else's mask on first. If I've got more oxygen than them, because then they can put my mask on second for me. I don't know. But it is true. If you're drowning and someone else is drowning, if you can stop yourself drowning, do that. Don't try to stop the other person drowning when you're drowning. Wait till a time when you're not drowning. Fantastic advice. This is the best stream ever. Eat that bacon. Eat that bread roll. Eat that cheese. Nobody say I don't feed my Henry well. Salami. Smoked sausage. Bacon again. Bread roll again. How much can he take? Have a nice sup of water. Okay. Oh, he's almost completely full. Good boy.
One last arrow and that's it.
Well,
Got it.
have we won yet? I scored 16. There we go. Yeah, it is viable to be able to not even necessarily like ignore someone forever. It is viable to be able to take yourself out of a situation and just say, oh, can't go any further. Instead of what my BPD led me to do, which was, oh, I can't leave. I cannot leave. Something's wrong and I have to fix it.
You're still not up to my standard, mind you, but a pretty good effort. Here are your winnings. I hope you'll wager them on some chumps again.
Came with this quote once, don't know if you were the first one or not, but it's, you have to be selfish first if you want to be selfless. Yeah, kinda.
I'd like to try chumps one more.
There is a lot of,
course.
and I don't know if it's because of being British
Ah,
or because of
one
being
more
European
chump.
or some
Excellent.
other like cultural
So how much will
influence,
you bet?
or if there's just so many factors. But be looking after yourself will feel selfish. You do kind of have to break that a little bit. Something that's helped me a lot with self-esteem is actually being like, yeah, I'm good, I'm great actually, or like doing something good and being like, ah, I'm great. It's good, it's okay, it seems selfish, but it's actually not. You're allowed to praise
That's
yourself.
the betting over with.
You're allowed to enjoy things that you've done.
Take care.
Right, we did level up archery again. Although I have a feeling that Henry's archery level is what's winning him these, more than it is my ability to understand how to do that. I'm so warm. It's such a warm night. I guess it got kind of cloudy because it was going to rain for a bit, but it stayed hot and sunny. So what that's done is it's just trapped all of the heat.
Bloody hell, the wind's
Ooh.
Yes. Easy.
Nice shot. A bad shot.
Hit! You've no chance against me, amateurs.
The more you take care of yourself, the more you're able to help other people. Yeah.
Hit!
I mean, obviously not if you're like buying yachts or whatever, but if you cannot look after yourself, a situation I was in for a long time. I still struggle. I don't struggle anywhere like I used to. I used to not be able to do anything, like really nothing. Could do no things. I don't know. I guess I was in the mentality of like I have to help people. Oops.
Damn, missed.
But I'm much more of the opinion now that I can help people by being awesome in the moment, in the situation. I'm really good if something goes wrong. But you know, just generally, like someone's nervous, you reassure them. Someone approaches you, you be friendly and sociable, you know. That stuff matters. Little stuff matters. You don't need to save the entire world, because that's a big job. And will take more than one person, because if it only took one person,
Another on target.
it would be too easy to change things in the world, and horrific things would happen.
Ah, well, I won't miss the next one.
I can hit this log, please. Did that hit a log? Yeah, hit the second log. Ah! Seemed like that went through the log. See, it does seem to be firing. I don't know if it's just I'm close.
Almost had
It seemed to be firing closer to the reticle than it was bore. Only works if you help people afterwards. Yeah, well, see, this is the other thing. And, like, I think this can come into conflict for people. And quite often, people's resolution to that conflict is to ignore it and then slowly become conservatives. But you do have a responsibility to help other people. If you're able to. And you're more able to than you think. And also, small, like I say, small things can go a really long way. So just doing the small, nice thing can sometimes be what it takes. But yeah, you do also have a a responsibility to other people.
Almost had it.
Just don't. It can't rule your life, unless it's like I don't know, like you're a really big activist and it like is really empowering. So in my experience of any activism I've done has been because I had to. Because it had to be done. Because of my situation. It wasn't a choice to do it, so maybe bad metaphor, but... Did I win yet, Dad? Dad, can your eyebrows... There we go, thanks, Dad. I don't feel
Time's
comfortable
up,
about
folks.
your eyebrows.
One last arrow and that's it.
Got it.
Oh, he started to fire a second one. Did you see that, Dad? He nearly cheated. Dad? Daddy?
So, how did it go?
It's imprinted him
Well
like a
done.
duckling.
You've come first. It
Oh,
looks like
thank you.
really
You praised me the way my dad, my birth
You're
dad
still
never
not
did.
up to my standard, mind you, but a pretty good effort.
You're not as good as
You know
me,
your
son.
feelings.
But
I
you
hope
did
you'll
well.
wager them on some chumps again.
I'll take it. You're away, but good luck with your archery. Thanks for fun stream. Thank you. It was lovely for you to be here, and thank you for the bits and the sub. You have a yellow sub now. Right.
I'd like to try
Jumps
chumps
again.
one more time.
Of course.
What time is it? 1 o'clock?
Ah, one more chump.
Go for longer.
Excellent. So how much will you bet?
2 hours and 3/4. That's gone fast.
No half measures. What's there to save for anyway?
Keep training archery.
That's the
Come
betting
on,
over with.
Henry.
Now here
I
are
want
your
you to
arrows.
become
Bye.
no, maybe not Legolas. Like Legolas's cousin, who also practiced with him, but not to the same intensity. Who just messaged? Yeah, oh yeah. Okay. I'll need to check that later.
I won't miss the next one. Pull.
I've got this easy.
That's what you're supposed to say, right? Pull. Oh, no, knock. I think loose, knock loose. I don't know.
See you beat that.
Legoland? Legoland. His cousin Legoland. You know, I genuinely... Not Legoland. I genuinely was applying to see... When I was in Denmark, I was like, I bet I can get this job.
No chance against me.
at the Lego headquarters. I love Lego. So I think I applied. I actually think I maybe didn't finish the application. Why did I think I would be able to get a job when I only speak English? Do I mean Princeska mean whatever Danish is for boss? Chief? Do I mean Princeska Chief? It probably isn't. Oh, that's cool. You're very fired. It's not appropriate for the workplace. What's interesting to me actually is how much Copenhagen, like Sven-Goran Eriksson, right, was like the first Swedish man that we ever met in England. So we're like, oh, that's what Swedish people like, and he's quite quiet and soft-spoken. That's people like that a lot in Copenhagen, but Copenhagen's like right across the road from Malmo. Like it's got a little bridge there. I'm like, is that just a softening? I don't know if Sven-Goran Eriksson is from Malmo. I actually assume he's probably from the capital, Sweden, which is Tolma. Oh, hang on, I should know this. Capital of Sweden is Legoland. No, I don't remember what the capital of Sweden is. Someone will say it and I'll go, oh, that's right, I knew that. This moment I have forgotten. Couldn't tell you what the capital of Finland. No, the capital of Finland's Helsinki. No, Helsinki's. Hang on. I need to look this up. Stockholm. Yeah, I knew that. I just forgot the name for it. Yes, Stockholm Syndrome was, ooh, Romulan Republican Force. Ah, fuck.
I won't miss the next.
I'm not ready for the Romulans. Well, there's Republic. Wait, no, they would be. Yeah. Oh shit. Hey, Henry has come to see us. Hey, Henry's come to see us. No one says that in this game. This is my first playthrough. I'm aware of people saying that. No one's pleased to see Henry. He's a rat. He's a cheat. He is incapable of doing combat. So I have made loads and loads of sleep poisoned arrows for preparing for something which I'm calling the Rat Wars, where I'm gonna go to Rattay and try and archery everybody to sleep so that I can do the main quest. Because I didn't realize that if I pissed them off by knocking them all out, they would have an issue with that. They would remember, even though they hadn't seen me. Sometimes they did see me though, to be fair. But welcome. Thank you for the follow. What was they saying? Oh yeah, Stockholm Syndrome. So Stockholm Syndrome was invented by the press to be sexist towards a woman who did not trust the police to get them out safely of a hostage situation, so worked with the hostages, hostage takers, the bank robbers, to diplomatically solve the problem. And her justification when interviewed was, the police would fucking kill us. You know, a genuine risk. So Stockholm Syndrome is not true. All the papers were like pro-police and
So,
anti-woman, I guess.
Well done, Henry. You've come first. It looks like you really do know what you're doing with a bow. You're still not up to my standards.
Still not up to his standards.
But a pretty good effort. Here are your winnings.
He did say to go to
I
his
hope you
house at
weighted
some
him on
point.
some jumps
I
again.
don't know where he lives.
Hi.
Hang on. Can I figure out where he lives? He's here. Oh, because he walks off. No, because we go down the river, so he starts walking off. That's not a house. That couldn't be a house. Where does he live? I need to... do I still have the quest to go to his house? Jumps on a river? No. No, okay. Maybe I already did it? No, okay, just a quest. I could have sworn he said come to my house. It's like, is that his house? Does he live on the river? Does he just sit around doing archery while this person does all the work? Oh, hit Valdek. Valdek. What's his name? Fairs up. I don't know what fairs up means. Vatzik. You're trying to dox a nice chumps man. I am actually. Because he did say come to his house. Is this his house? I'm trespassing. I don't think he lives there. Oh, the house just whispered at me. Hello? Oh, hello. You're just a sad woman who's not allowed to leave the house, apparently. I'm not sure how historically accurate that is. I think they did leave the house, given that they had lots of activities that they needed to do. I question the historical accuracy, because you never know. I guess if they wrote it, it probably was fine. They didn't write anything about how whitewashed the game was, so the people doing that obviously know. Right. More archery. Oh, come back.
I'd like to try chumps one more time.
Of course.
You think he's a nice man? You say this nice
one
chumps
more
man?
chump.
I
Excellent.
feel like he's very,
So how
extremely
much-
arrogant. And also, like, he is just,
No,
like,
measures.
he's just, this
What's
is
that
just
to
what I
say?
do all day. I play a
That's nothing
game
over.
for money.
Now here are your arrows.
If you were the best archer in the land, though, I mean, maybe it's okay that you do that. Because it's a great way of teaching people hunting without, like, having, like, half-dead deers fucking running through town. Wailing because they've not been put down properly.
You've no chance against me,
I'm
amateurs.
practicing hunting on the dog. So I guess it's viable. I am going to use it in order to attack a town though. Fucking hell, I think I'm hitting every single one of these. Yeah, I am. 4, 5.
Bloody hell, the wind.
Gives you money at least. He's giving me other people's money, I think. Actually, some of that would be his. Damn it. That's also true. Yeah, no, he is paying us. He's paying us to learn. We should do more of that. That was supposed to be the thing of university, right? It's supposed to be paid for. I really want to go to university. I know it's bad and capitalist now, and everyone that goes there says it doesn't help them with work, but it actually does help people with work. People with university degrees do get more jobs. It's you know, it is how it is. Because I get 0 jobs, except for the ones I make myself. And that's hard because I'm not a business. I would never be a landlord.
Cover on target.
I would chop my arms off before I became a landlord. And I still wouldn't landlord even then.
Hit.
I'll chop them off right now to prove my dedication. No. I need my arms. I was gonna be very crass for a second, and I'm going to be crass anyway, but I'm gonna say that I was gonna be crass and it's gonna disarm it. My first thought when I was like, no, my arms, I need them to, and I didn't think about gaming, something I do basically every day. I didn't think about writing, something I do once a year. I didn't think about using my phone, I didn't think about wiping my butt. My first thought was masturbation. I do not want to lose my arms because I like to do that. And I'm like, wow, okay, you really... Yay! Thank you, Natural Killer 25. I don't want to lose my arms so I can masturbate. I'm so sorry. I think we're allowed to say that though because of the way wait, I don't know if you noticed when you came in the stream it says we talk about sexual subjects, which was something that seemed questionable on the TOS before. But so it seems like we can actually do that. You're old enough that you had a student granted no tuition fees. It's brutal now in comparison. Master Nan, I mean this in all the love in the world. I want to strangle you to death and steal your life energy and also all of your degrees. And it's not out of hatred. it's just out of a frustration for not having access. Like when I see people drive and own a car or a house, I just want to sort of crack them open and go and absorb their power and you know, it's such abject misery, right? Public transportation sort of destroyed, at least in the north. I get Nottingham has transportation that works apparently. Everything is for cars. Don't have a car. Can't even afford the car insurance if I tried. You know, it would be so nice to be able to drive around the country. It
So,
would make
I
it
believe
easier
that-
for me to find work, certainly.
Well done, Henry.
Because I could
You've
say,
come
oh, I
first.
can commute 2
It looks
hours
like you
to
really
wherever.
do know what you're doing with a
A
bow.
lot of people that live in
You're
Sheffield
still not
commute
up
to
my
London for
standard,
work.
mind you, but a pretty good effort. Here are your
But they tend to live in the center
hope
of the
you'll
city
wager
as
them
well,
on
which
some
is a
chops
weird
again.
thing. Because it's like, well, we don't have the money to live in the city center because we can't commute. But if we could commute, we could. I don't know. It's so fucked.
I'd like to try chumps one more time.
Deeply unfair they got. I mean, it wasn't unfair that you got
Ah,
it.
one more
You
chop.
were supposed to
Excellent.
get it. It's
So
just
nothing
unfair that it is unfair that everybody else got it. I
You
think
know
there
how,
are
Andrews?
technicalities on
What's there to
tuition,
say
right?
for
Like,
anyway?
That's the
technically,
betting over with.
I don't
Here
know.
are your
They
errands.
wouldn't let me in
Been a
to
pleasure.
university. I will try. People have been asking me if I'm gonna go to university, and I think I might do that. You know, I think I might do that next in a year's time from now. In a year and 2 months time from now, I think I might try to go back to you. They didn't fucking let me in. I did college. I think I might try and get into university. But it's weird planning ahead like that because I said I would stream for 3 years, basically,
I won't miss a
and we're already almost 2 years through, and I'm not a huge success. Not that it was for a bit, but that wasn't the point of streaming. The point of streaming was to be able to eat food, I think. Which I have done today. I ate some food, and I afforded it. But it's just, you know, people don't, if any field that you're in, unfortunately, people take you more seriously if you have a degree. It does offer some opportunities, you know, probably meet some people who are also like, cool. So do you want drama? Yeah, absolutely. Acting, performing arts, drama. That's me, that's my love. I once said I would be homeless if it meant I could act. Although I have since saying that slept rough and was like, oh, this one time, only one time, and I was like, this is one of the worst experiences ever. Nobody chooses to be homeless or houseless. Is it more correct to say houseless? I'm a little bit confused about that one because homeless and houseless. I guess you could be homeless and stay at someone else's home. I don't know. I'm confused about that. And also because there is a thing of like, you know, if I meet someone and they say I'm homeless, am I gonna say no, you should say houseless? Like no, they say homeless. It's self-identified that way. Not really having. Anyway, I'm getting way too into the weeds of it. Speaking of weeds. But yes, drama ideally. See, the thing is, part of me is like, maybe philosophy or like linguistics or something. Both of those will come up if I study it enough. Linguistics certainly will. Philosophy, you study anything long enough. As my sister described it, you get so far with a subject and then Plato's just like waiting like, haha! You thought you could study this and not know about me. And also I think if I just purely did a philosophy major, or I don't know what the system is. I know more about American universities than my own country's one. I think it would suck, and I think it would be full of very frustrating people. Which is gonna be true for drama as well, but at least like, you know, there won't be as much writing. I hope.
Hit home.
I could probably do a fairly good dissertation, right? Comparatively to when I was trying to get into university before. I've written a lot of non-fiction stuff. I know roughly what they kind of
Time's up,
expect
folks.
in a
One last arrow
dissertation.
and that's it.
Bloody hell, the
Oh, well,
wind
the starter one I don't know about, because it's like a bachelor, and then it's I think it's a master, and then it's a doctor, and then it's a professor, right? I think there may be some sections in between that, but I think that's how it goes, right? Imagine being a doctor in drama. Can you be a doctor in drama? I imagine you probably. I think by the time you get to doctor, you wouldn't be doing any acting, so I wouldn't
So,
be interested
how did
in
it
that.
go?
They're probably masters, sure.
Well done, Henry. You've come first. It looks like you really do know what you're doing with a bow. You're
not
still
up
not
to
up
my
to
standards.
standard.
I'll never get father's
But a pretty
approval.
good effort. Here are your winnings. I hope you'll wager them on some chumps again.
Ooh, I leveled up.
Take care.
Like, no perks still. There is a persistent invisible perk that I get better at archery. Till you get to level 5, you're unable to hold a bow correctly. We're level 10. I need to look this up. We need to go to the Kingdom Come Deliverance wiki, because I want to know. I want to know the information that's hidden in archery. Oh, there's a lot about archery here. Archery range, archery range, archery range. Archery master. Archery skill? Is archery skill an article? What if I hang on? What if I just click this and it says like archery? What if I do bow? Is a weapon for shooting arrows. Does archery not have its own like archery skill or something? Have its own section? No, I don't need to read that. That's cheats. Archery, just like archery, like I don't know, perks, levels. Why is this wiki so bad? Like level? What's it called in? Hang on, what's it called in the game? Take me back to this game. Combat. Okay, so just type combat. Combat. It's like missing icon, missing icon, missing icon. Give me bow. Surrendering. This wiki's built weird. Is there like a proper? Often there'll be a wiki which sucks, and there'll be the actual original proper wiki that is much better. Okay, so is it in like skill player? Typed player with 2 E's there. Player. Let's go player. No, I need to know about Henry's leveling up. Perks. Let's just go with perks. Perks. Bow. Bow is a combat skill proficiency. The current level of bow can be seen. Yep. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. I was hoping it would tell me some secret knowledge, like your level increases as you do this. Your ability to use a bow is impacted by your agility, strength, vitality, and bow levels. Low strength will cause the player to release the string prematurely. Okay. Low agility drains stamina faster. Strength is the main factor for optimal bow use. Now this is interesting because we've been picking flowers, so we've been leveling up the strength. Fastest draw possible is 1.6. This is 3.2. Oops. Some bows can never reach 1.6. Okay. I need to know more than that. So he's the rat Henry that we're building is well gifted by his strength. Are there any archery? No, there's no archery thing. I swear there was one. Was it agility or was it vitality that had like a archery thing? Nope. Can we level up speeds? Oh, it's determined by your agility and overall encumbrance. That makes sense. conspicuousness, visibility. Yeah, I know about that. Right, what time is it? We've gone past 3 hours. I think we should probably end the stream. As much as I would love to stay up late, I don't think I have the beans for it. Unless I switch to a different game and then I'm like, what are we even doing? Let's take him to his bed. Let's take Henry to his bed so we can save. Give him a daytime nap. I may stream tomorrow. I know I said I wouldn't. I guess it depends. I don't know. I might want to do some housework instead. Oop, this is the wrong one. But we'll see. But sometimes I do housework and then I want to relax. So I stream, which, you know, it doesn't make sense, but I guess it does. But chiefly, I want to do Baldur's Gate on Monday. And, like, get into it, like, thickly. And then we'll dot in some Henrys, because I don't want to abandon Henry. But everybody seems to want Baldur's Gate. Twitch is like, listen, the analytics for Baldur's Gate are so incredible right now. Everyone's talking about Baldur's Gate. I'm not normally one to follow a trend, but I was given the game, so I think maybe I should. You know, I should probably take that opportunity. I think the other day when I streamed Chivalry, it was like the peak time to do Baldur's Gate. Looking at the analytics, because it tells you what the average viewer is at different times and different days. I wouldn't get too attached to any analytic that Twitch gives, given that some of the information just might not be accurate. It is possible, but I take it with a grain of salt. I'm like, do I get something? I'm asking a question. Do I get something useful out of this? And Twitch is telling me to stream Baldur's Gate, so we'll get properly into it. We'll try and win it. We'll try it genuinely, because I am excited to play it. It does seem interesting. There's a lot in it. It seems complex, as complex as D&D can be. Give me Jazzer, give me Diff. There we go. Yes, so that's the end of our late night stream. I need to make a goodbye scene that has some kind of DMCA free jazz. Originally I didn't do that because I was like, oh, I'll make my own, but I don't think that's gonna work. Who should we read? Who's on? Night Shoes on, Roscoe's on. The DJ's on. There's a few people on. I'm gonna read Awkward DJ. I've been watching a lot of Awkward DJ recently. Awkward DJ. How do you spell awkward? Awkward. It's got 2 W's, right? Oh, fantastic. It does have 2 W's. That feels weird, doesn't it? Thank you for the stream. Thank you also for the stream, as in being here, because I wouldn't... If no one ever showed, ever, I would have quit. So, people being here means I do it. No pressure. Because there's still like a month or 2 in me that I could do with no people before I would call it quits, right? Like if I streamed every day, no one showed up, I would be like, oh, okay. You're grinding Ender Dragons. Amazing. Also, presumably also doing archery. Although actually no, because we have like big lasers and stuff, so it could be anything. Let's go over to Awkward DJ. If you're not in the Discord, please enter the Discord. There's a new secret channel. There's a new secret section that I'm embarrassed about, so I'll put it at the bottom, I guess. YouTube. This will be on YouTube. This VOD will be on YouTube. I look a bit downtrodden, don't I? It's because my makeup's come off my nose. It's giving me this haggard appearance. Donate to me on Ko-fi. It's a great idea. It's not just subs that paint this house. Not just subs that paint this house. Ko-fi. Send me money on Ko-fi, please. I am thinking about raising for a hard drive, but actually I probably should focus on doing the charity thing instead. Would be nice to have hard drive space. Bye!